Saturn SHIRO.
Welcome everyone to a new fantastic, turbulous, whatever word you want to put in to explain the goodness of a show. SHIRO show, welcome to the show, everybody. Hopefully,
welcome.
You're all good. How are you doing today, Dave?
I'm doing fantabulous. I'm doing fantastic. Well, it's a couple days till Christmas, and obviously the kids are kind of like barely holding their shit together. But on top of that, I feel like a kid on Christmas because we've had so much crazy stuff come from the community as we get closer to the deadline, the submission deadline for our 28th 28th anniversary of Saturn competition.
A lot of anniversary.
Yeah, I always want to say 28th annual, but it's the 28th anniversary of SEGA Saturn. The SEGA Extreme competition is right around the corner, the submission deadline, and folks are starting to submit their stuff, or have been over the past couple of weeks, and it's just insane.
We're getting close to 30 years of Saturn. Getting close to 30 years of Saturn.
I know, and then we'll officially be old. That'll be it right there.
I feel like the NES of when the NES was big.
I know,
like
right?
16 was 30th years of NES and stuff.
I think somebody told me we're farther away from Saturn than we were from Atari 2600 when Saturn came out.
That's kind of a weird thing. Like, if you think about, like, as you thinking about that, imagine the graphical strides we made from Atari 2600 to the Saturn, from the Saturn to now, is kind of a weird thing to think about. Like, because, like, I don't know, that if you think about old video games, you think like Atari NES, but it's like, no, it's like, Super Mario Sunshine or something like that, or Wind Waker or something, or old games, which I think are really funny. It's really funny to me, at least, how that works.
I was just reading Knight's comment that Sega Extreme is like 25-ish years old. That blows my mind, that Sega Extreme has been around that long.
You can still find posts from like the early 2000s on that. It's kind of funny. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
I remember there was like this one T-shirt. It's like check out, show off your Sega Stream T-shirts, and it's like from the early 2000s. I'm like, oh dang. I was in high school freshman year when that thread was made. So
yeah,
kind of funny.
That's bizarre. I'm watching videos with Jesse about Pokemon and stuff like that, right? And they're like, oh, there was this excellent video, and I can't remember the YouTube channel. Now I feel bad, but it was like they were able to resurrect a Blastoise that had been lost. This kid was playing, he was using an action replay, I guess, to boost up his levels, and he borked it so that his Blastoise was gone. It turned into a bad egg. And I don't know, they were able to like resurrect this Blastoise that had been dead for like 15 years. The guy is like an adult now. He's like a professional. He's actually like a lead over like several people. He's kept his Game Boy and his cart and was able to like resurrect this Blastoise. But it was leaf green was the game, and I was like, oh my god, like I feel so old.
Yeah,
because
I think it's like the Game Boy Color is like, oh geez,
yeah, no, it's leaf green, and I'm like, okay,
like,
yeah,
oh my
that's
God.
not. I can't believe that's old. That's what people think is old, like, So I'm ancient.
Yeah, I heard someone talk about how they grew up playing Gold. Yeah. I remember I heard somebody talk about growing up and how they loved Gold and Silver and they played a lot as a kid, but they meant Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I'm like, oh no.
Oh my god.
That was like the senior year of high school for me. It's like I remember, oh, that's awesome they came out.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
I actually this is like a true confession, is that Pokemon came out in 98 and I was already too old, I think, at the time to be interested in it. So when it came out, I kind of just didn't pay attention, and it's only subsequently that I got into it. And then I realized like how much I was missing, because obviously it's a great fun series, and I was never into the cards, but of course, since my kid is into the cards, I kind of get to enjoy that vicariously as well. But yeah, no.
Speaking of Game Boy and stuff, I actually just got a recent pickup.
Show me.
This came in the mail out of the blue. I like got this and I'm like, what the heck is this? And it's like, oh, that's it. But I got this in the mail. No one probably. I'll put the shine right there so you can see what it is. But yeah, I got an analog
pocket.
Yeah,
nice.
I picked it up. I put the hacked firmware on there. I was playing that. You want to guess what game I have going on right now?
Pokemon Blue?
Nope.
Pokemon Yellow?
I'll load up. You're gonna be like, wow, you were such a nerd.
Oh wait. Sakura Wars Color?
No, but better yet, you're gonna be like, wow, really?
Okay. All right. Tell me about the hacked firmware.
Basically,
Konami. I see Konami. What is this? Castlevania? Nope. Yu-Gi-Oh?
the Eternal Duelist, the number one.
Yu-Gi-Oh! The Eternal Duelist. Nice.
Number two best Yu-Gi-Oh game on the Game Boy next to Worldwide Edition, which is the definitive Yu-Gi-Oh game. But I love playing that growing up, and I still love it because it's like a card game you can play on the go. I feel like people that grew up with like Pokemon, like the TCG on the Game Boy Color. Just like, you know, I like it's like, okay, I want to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll put it up and play some duels, put it back. And it's really useful, but you can play in TurboGrafx, Super Nintendo, Neo Geo, name a game, you could play it on there. But I've been just been playing the heck out of this right now, and it's amazing. Like they have so many cool games and hacked firmware.
That's awesome.
I still have the screen thing on.
So what's up with the hacked firmware? What do you benefit from that?
You can play cores, and you can basically use it as a so open up PGA. You can use it as like a EverDrive on there, so you can play, Super Nintendo. The stuff they have is they got like Dig Dug on here, Game Boy Advance Color, Master System, Neo Geo, NES, PC Engine, SG-1000, Super Nintendo, Super Game Boy. If you name it, they have a ton on here, and they're still releasing stuff for it. Like they just released the CPS-1 core right now, and they have all these games. So I'll play the best King of Fighters game on here. Oh, never mind. I think I messed up the thing. We'll do NES instead.
Okay.
There we go.
Somebody told me though that it's not that comfortable. What would you say?
I think it's pretty comfortable.
You think it's pretty comfortable?
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely on my radar. It's definitely something that I'm like thinking about getting. But again, it seems like, and I've said this before, but there's so many things to throw your money at one time, So I don't know. I'm thinking about it though.
Yeah.
I did actually end up taking an L, or I don't know if it was an L, but it's a hit for the team here, and ordered some of those limited run games long boxes since they were on sale on Amazon. First impression is really good, so we'll see
what's going on here.
Although, actually, I will say this: they come complete with scratches on them since there is no individual.
Oh wow, you got a full package of them.
Yeah, so they were on sale.
Is it an L or a W?
Sorry?
Is it an L or a W?
Well, I don't know yet. That's the thing is the Amazon ones, I was kind of disappointed to find that they have lowered the quality. And these, I figured, well, I have to see, firsthand what the limited run games ones are like. And quality of the actual product is good, but the way that they ship them to you, they literally come with scratches on them.
Nice,
because,
my favorite.
Yeah, like there's scratches on the spines, on every single one of the spines, because of how they're packed without any kind of shrink wrap on them or anything like that. So there's a win for AliExpress. At least they put shrink wrap on theirs.
Yeah, and, no, those came pretty well. Those were not great cases.
They were not great cases from AliExpress, but at least they packaged. It's like they put so much effort into packing them, even though they're not great. Now I can't even get this back on. But I am happy to report that there's no hamburger, like loose bits of hamburger in here, which Danthrax was telling me he ordered something from Limited Run and had, I don't know, one of the folks in the factory like packed it with their lunch in there or something like that.
I'm
Sounds
happy
like an
for
insult.
you. I'm glad you didn't have hamburger in yours
Did
because
you
I
eat
did
it?
in mine.
Yeah, that's
I did
disgusting.
not eat it. Gross.
No, and,
didn't wanna
they
take a
just
little
shrugged it
taste?
off. Like he said, he like tried to reach out to them. Like, there's somebody's lunch in my Sakura Wars, or was it Shantae? I don't.
There's Shantae in the Fire
Okay, yeah,
First.
there's somebody's lunch in my Shantae, and they're just like, oh well, you know, like that blows my mind.
That sounds
Yep.
delicious.
What can you do?
What can you do?
I know what you could do. You could not buy from limited run, but then you won't get a lot of games. I mean, that's an option.
Right.
It certainly is an increasingly more appealing option.
But
Yeah.
I'm, due diligence. I gotta let folks know the deal with these cases. I gotta find out too.
Hey, ho,
'Cause,
what's the
as long as-
dealio?
Yeah, as long as they're the same price. I would never pay $80 or whatever they were charging for them. But if it's the same price as the Amazon ones, I figured I'd check it out.
But yeah, but speaking about morally ambiguous business practices with companies, I started playing Warhammer stuff, and I
You
painted
did.
this. So like my friend got me into Necrons, GWs, shout out, awful company.
You went hard. Like you went hard into that. Like
literally everything I got was for free. Like I paid like maybe $80 so far for just paints and stuff.
okay,
like-
well, time. You've been painting a lot of those things, right?
Well, I mean, I pay them like every day. So I paid it like the day before and so I painted this one the day before. This
Yeah,
pretty
it
much
looks
stayed up to
amazing.
paint
It looks awesome.
Thank you.
That's
And then
not
I
a
painted,
that's not a an insult. I'm saying like I just
I've been
noticed
paying
that
a lot of it. Yeah.
like you didn't do it halfway. You're getting right into it.
Yeah.
So does that mean you've amassed like a collection now of pieces?
Well, I put together the entire. If you go on the Games Workshop website, there's this thing called a combat patrol, and I put all those together. I got a box of these Scorpec destroyers, like 4 figurines, so that's another 4. I got a heavy locust destroyer, which is 1, and then I got another thing called the Dominus box. Got half of like the Necron stuff, and it's like 20, like 25 to 30 figures, extra figurines, I guess.
Huh.
So, but that's not even a full army. I still have to buy a couple more figurines to get a full like Necron army for Warhammer. But like I said, it was really cool. I really enjoyed painting it. This is my first time painting any model, so this is like the first attempt ever of me painting something. It was a lot of fun. Like it was really challenging. I had to do a lot of touch-up stuff because I kept getting paint on different sections that weren't paint, but.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, my friend got me the Warhammer. Got me a bunch of Christmas stuff for that, so that was kind of cool. But yeah, I also sold like a record that I didn't listen to, and I got that Adonis box set pretty much for free as well because like I just sold the records I didn't listen to, and I got like they're pretty high in price. So
Nice. What record do you not listen to? Just out of curiosity.
it was Devil May Cry 5. I got the box set soundtrack. I wasn't really a fan of the listening to that. And then I had an extra Made in Abyss. Sorry, not Made in Abyss. Extra Tower of God vinyl I just sold. So there's about 260 something, and the Indominus box was like 189. So I got that and had like got $60 left, $60 plus. So I paid
Props
for
on
itself.
that. Happy holidays, Rowan, in the chat. I don't know
holidays.
how many people we've got in here, but obviously, if you guys don't know, Pat's going to be in the second hour. He's going to be streaming some Stellar Assault.
Exactly.
English localization. We've got about 40 minutes, I'd say, 45, I don't know, ish, to talk about news. So we should probably just get right into it. I'm going to have to hop off at 4 p.m. Pacific. That's going to be
Pacifically.
Pacific. But yeah, no, folks should definitely stick around for the second hour. Dave has said the SH and the F bomb in record time, and I have. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Anyway,
What is wrong with you today?
what's
The same
wrong
thing's
with me today?
But yeah, let's start off by the Devastator IR light gun project in the works
The
of Saturn.
Devastar. The Devastar.
Oh, Devastar. I thought it said
Devastar.
Devastator.
Yeah.
Devastator.
This is Adam in our Discord his handle is just Adam. I don't know his last name. Sorry, buddy. But he brought this to our attention the other day. So props, shouts. So apparently Greg Gallardo, he started this project. He works with cameras, camera technology and stuff like that in his day job. So back in 2019, he got this idea, to create a light gun for what he was working on at the time, which was a SEGA Menacer game. He was developing SEGA Menacer game, and I guess there wasn't any support in the SDK for it, so he coded it and he designed a light gun to work with it. But then this has been something he's been doing for fun, kind of. It's been very silent. I haven't heard anything about it. I looked on Retro RGB, there was nothing about it, so it's just not really been reported on. And then it kind of caught our attention because it's collided with Saturn, because he's doing Saturn support now. And this thing, yeah, and Adam brought it to our attention. And then the rest is history. I reached out to him, and he was very quick to respond with, several answers to questions I had. If you scroll right here, you can see all of the consoles that it potentially supports. He's built receivers for all of these.
Oh wow! Yeah, so you got like a Menacer, Atari.
So yeah, the
phaser.
first thing that Knight and I were talking about, the first thing we thought was, okay, he'll have to patch support in to each game to have it recognize, or to be able to use coordinates, right, instead. Apparently that's not the case, because what he's done is he's built like a little microcontroller that goes between the light gun and the Saturn itself, that essentially, I guess, simulates the timings, I guess, of the stunner. It's above my pay grade, obviously, but it's fantastic, because what it ultimately means is that all you'll need is the hardware, this is an open source project, and he's going to streamline it. The plan is to streamline it to possibly even switch to a more powerful microcontroller. Right now he's using Arduino Leonardo, but essentially he was thinking of, what is it, the ESP32, I think, is the system on a chip deal that a lot of folks are using for different things. Is that right? Am I saying that right? ESP32?
We can look at it. Yeah.
ESPN. I don't
ESPN,
don't really remember.
Football, ESP32 was one of them.
Okay, yeah, ESP32 was one of the ones he suggested, one of the ones he was thinking about. Although right now, because of chip shortage and everything like that, it's just been one of those things where he hasn't sought to kind of make this a commercial venture. But he does have a GitHub page for it, and it is an open source project. So as he's able to just consolidate and get everything kind of into like a simpler design, somebody else might come along and be able to like produce this. But essentially you have 4 IR emitters, one on each corner of your display, and using this microcontroller in the middle, I guess, it's able to just he's able to get it working with both House of the Dead and Virtua Cop. And because they both have they both have calibration modes available, where you're just able to like fire shots. He's able to use that to be able to get it working and kind of calibrated on his end without having to know any Saturn coding.
Interesting.
He also mentioned that he does want to get into programming for Saturn and stuff like that, but he just hasn't had the time. It was Adamist. I don't know if that's a joke. Blue Moon is like Adamist.
Yeah, that's his actual name. I'm just joking. I have no idea what it is. It seems really cool. I think that's going to be really neat and a great option for people to use it on their flat screen TVs. My only caveat is that you have to put the sensors on there. That's going to be weird. Like, oh honey, don't, it's like, don't mind me. I need to put these 4 sensors on our flat screen TV in the living room. Don't mind me.
I don't know if this would be. Yeah, I don't even know if this would be a good idea for like your living room gaming setup, but maybe for a studio or a cave or whatever.
Like a man cave,
yeah.
Have you guys not used a Wii before? Pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, with the Wii,
but
it's like
it's
I say, it's a little more consolidated,
versus...
right? It's just the bar on top,
or on the bottom, yeah.
Yeah, it's possible. Anything is possible at this point. This is not a commercially available product. It's more like endless potential. But I mean, what this represents is something that I would say is possibly even more accessible than the Sinden light gun. I don't know, because Knight, weren't you saying with the Sinden light gun, essentially you would have to reprogram the Saturn games to work with it?
Not if we're using this person's methods.
Well, right, yeah, but by taken by itself, like the Sinden light gun taken by itself, you'd have to patch the game images to. So yeah, what this offers, what this presents, and the thing is, he said he didn't even look at the Sinden design, like he didn't even try to copy it or anything like that. He was like, I didn't want to be influenced by, and pushed in a certain direction. He's like, I just took what I already know about cameras and kind of tried to, go from there. And so, yeah, this article has an entire interview with him that folks can take a look at if they want to read up on it. But I mean, obviously we don't have time for that right now. All I can say is that it's exciting. And yeah, take a look at his, he's got a playlist of videos that are all updates on the different projects, and there's the microcontroller. I don't know how late I am behind the scrolling, but yeah, microcontroller plugged into the Saturn right there. So, and of course there's a breadboard, so it looks really, really messy, but essentially this would work with this would work with Saturn. This could work with emulators, I would imagine. But yeah, you couldn't make a one size fits all bezel, right? Because everybody's going to have different screens. So ultimately you would have to have like little emitters that could just, I don't know, maybe just tack onto each corner or whatever.
Fair.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. The Devastar, lots of potential here, and it supports multiple consoles, including Super Famicom, Mega Drive, Menacer support, and it also supports Atari. What was it? I'm not sure if he mentioned the regular NES, but yeah, there's the gun right there. You had a picture of it. The one on the bottom right there is the actual.
Smooth.
Yeah, it's a little bulky on top, and he said he wants to create like a. What is it? Force feedback
mechanism.
Recoil mechanism. Yeah. And, but yeah, so it's cool. It's a cool idea. Definitely is on our radar now, and we'll follow it as he puts out updates.
That's funny if you could set it for like recoil settings. So it's like actual gun recoil. So it's like, you just set it like hard mode, set it to a 50 caliber recoil.
I know, right?
Just hit yourself in the face every time you shoot it.
Yeah. Power glove time. Nice call. Blue Moon was saying, of course, with that it was only 3, right? It was like you had the top, it kind of came over the screen like an L, right? And they were like
because that's what you're gonna be taking if you use it in L,
right? Which reminds me, that must have been triangulation. Knight was talking about how if you're using 3 points, it's essentially triangulation, which is fine as long as you don't move, as long as you stay in the same place and you don't move. And that actually makes sense why the Power Glove sucked so bad, because of course you're moving all over the place with your hand and probably with your body. So it just, with 4 points, you're able to move anywhere, and it's able to know exactly where the tip of the gun is based on those 4 points. But anyway, that's how the Sinden works as well. So, but yeah, I don't really have much else to say on it at this point. It's really just like this just hit our radar, and we're kind of excited about it. So folks, he has a YouTube channel you guys can follow. He has got a blog with several projects that he's working on, and so now you guys know, and we'll just keep you updated as things come down the pipe.
I like the chonkiness of the gun. It's like a feature. It's like a kind of reminds me of Alex's gun from Half-Life 2, if any of y'all played that game.
I was kind of thinking about that too. Like, you could definitely, I think he should try to make it if he has like a 3D printer or whatever. I think he should try to make it look like the Snatcher gun, like the big gun from the yeah, exactly. I think that would be awesome.
No, that'd be really neat. I think that'd be cool. And just like have it like I said, optional recoils just hit you in the face. I think that'd be pretty fun. But anyways, let's move on to our next article. I don't think it's next article. Yeah, next article is Casper Best of. So I know this is you and Peter's favorite game on Saturn. Casper.
Definitely not my favorite game, but I know this actually is someone's favorite game. I believe Father K of the Junkyard. This is, like, for the record, this is his favorite Saturn game.
Huh.
Which is an interesting choice, considering, I mean, it's not specifically a Saturn game, you know. I think of it as a 3DO game, and it was on PlayStation, I believe. It was on several consoles, you know. But yeah, no, I believe I've heard him say before that Casper on the Saturn is his favorite title. For me, it's dark. It's very dark. In fact, the game, and the PlayStation version is not this way, but the Saturn game, it's rendered so dark that even my XRGB, I have to crank up the gamma to like 4, and it bugs the hell out of me, because then that washes out the colors and the image, you know. But that's the only way I can see certain details when I'm going through the house. So it's kind of sad, but it is a fun game. And there's a map online that you can download somewhere. It's like a PNG file or something, and it's huge, and you can zoom way in, and somebody's gone through and painstakingly like stitched together all of the screens into like this huge map. Yeah, so I'll have to find that and link it in the yeah,
no, that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's like a point and click adventure game, sort of like
not at all. No, not point and click. No, you're little floaty ghost. You're floating around the house, and you're solving puzzles, and you're gaining access to, I would say that it's more like a top down Metroidvania kind of thing.
Do you like attack people? It kind of reminds me of like some of those old LucasArts games.
Yeah, like I can't remember
Maniac Mansion or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's got all sorts of vibes. I don't know what game I would specifically compare it to, but it is like it's this top-down game where it's sprite-based. You're floating around. You can zip through the radiator, or you can go through like the heating ducts and stuff like that, and you can, because you're vapor, basically you're a ghost, so you can kind of get to different rooms that way. You do a lot of running away from enemies rather than fighting them, if I remember correct. But yeah, no, it's a fun game, and it is multi-platform, so folks can experience it on several different consoles. Did you ever? Yeah. How old? I don't know how old you would have been when the Casper movie came out, but
3.
3. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. But it does, like I said, it reminds you a lot of Maniac Mansion and those old LucasArts games. So
yeah, I could see that.
Honestly, some said it's probably worse than Mr. Bones. From what I'm seeing and what I've seen, it doesn't look as bad.
I don't think so. It's a pretty fun game, actually. Some of the puzzles can be really like frustratingly confusing. There are points in the game where you just end up wandering aimlessly, and you're like, I've been here before, why can't I figure out what I'm supposed to do? But it's no, actually the game's quite fun. There's a save feature. It's quite playable, and I've played it with Jesse, and we've put in quite a few hours. So no, I would say that it's fun. It's just not the best game on the Saturn. I don't know what Simon. That must be like rose-colored, nostalgia glasses.
Those tinted glasses.
Yeah. My brother. Fun fact, my brother got this game and he beat it in one night, and he did enjoy it, but he brought it right back. And the Saturn wasn't even his console. He just kind of like bought a Saturn game because I had the console, and he like told me he like played it in one night and beat it. I was like, that's impressive. Anyway,
it's like, yeah, I wish I could. I wish I could erase it from my memory, but I mean, if
and
you
he told me that the
like
game was short, and I was like, it wasn't short for me. Like I got stuck on some of those puzzles. So anyway.
If you like Casper and you like LucasArts games, maybe give it a try, or maybe just play those LucasArts games. There's probably so many better ones, like we featured last week, like the Blazing Dragons.
Yeah, but I mean, there really isn't. It really isn't much like a LucasArts game, Pat. It's not like Secret of Monkey Island or anything like that. Whereas that, like, yeah. Anyway, I don't know how much I would compare it to that, but it's definitely something that folks should check out if they haven't. And save it for Halloween.
But speaking of a better one, we can talk about Discworld, which is a Terry Pratchett based game.
Now this is like the yeah.
LucasArts
this
stuff,
is much more like the LucasArts games, yeah, because it's like the Scum kind of system.
Scum engine, yeah.
Point and click, yeah.
Yeah.
Monty Python.
Yeah, definitely a lot of Terry Pratchett, very famous Monty Python. Honestly, there's a lot of Monty Python point and click games on the Saturn. Well, at least 2 of them, because you had Blazing Dragons that had I think Eric Idle's in there, right?
Yeah, Eric Idle is the lead, Rincewind, and there's probably other voices that I can't think of right now. But yeah, Eric Idle is he's the star of this game. He plays Rincewind, this bungling wizard who's just not that great at wizarding, but he has good luck, I guess. You know, he is. It's a point and click adventure game with Monty Python humor. What can I say?
Wait, no, hold on. I'm confused. So Rincewind's played by Eric Idle in this game?
Correct.
Oh, I thought wasn't he in Blazing Dragons as well?
So Blazing Dragons wasn't Eric Idle though, was it?
I'm pretty sure there's some Monty Python people in Blazing Dragons.
I thought Blazing Dragons was Terry Gilliam. Yeah, there was.
Yeah, Terry Gilliam is Monty Python.
No, I know, but so is Eric Idle. But I'm saying they're 2 different people.
Oh no, that's why I got confused. I thought you were saying, yeah. Sorry, we were getting but yeah, I guess my point still stands. That it's weird that there's 2 like Monty Python games on the Saturn that are point and click adventures like this. I just think it's kind of fun.
Right. Yeah, and we got Blazing Dragons. Well, it was multi-platform, and we got it in the West. PAL Territories got Discworld, but we did not.
Big sad.
I quite loved the Discworld games and played them on the PlayStation, actually. That was where I originally played them, not on the Saturn. But I do have copies. I have PAL copies of both of those games.
Yeah, but yeah, no, this is a pretty fun one. Definitely recommend playing it if you like Monty Python or point and click adventures.
Honestly, it's really slow. I mean, it is really slow gameplay, and it can be frustrating when what you need to click on is like on one tiny little pixel and it's really dark. But that can be said of all of the Scum style games, oftentimes. And it really comes down to the fact that this was like a PC game that was ported down to like 240p. Yeah. So some of the detail is lost on the console versions, which can make it even more frustrating, because you're searching, you're like pixel hunting basically, so that can be tough sometimes. But
yeah, it's kind of sad.
Terry Jones was the one who voiced Blazing Dragons. Sorry.
Gotcha.
Correction.
Yeah. I think Terry Gilliam died before that.
Yeah.
Or who was I thinking of? The guy that played King Arthur in Monty Python? I think it's Terry Gilliam. Is that Terry Gilliam? If anyone's in the chat that knows the Python.
Gilliam was the one who now I'm getting
that was Graham
confused.
Graham Chapman that I was thinking of. My bad.
That was Graham Chapman. Terry Gilliam was the one who was like King of the the Britons. We are all, the one that was like played a lady. Terry Gilliam often played a lady.
Yeah, is he the one who did the Lumberjack song, or is that another person? I can't remember.
Oh God, I don't remember.
But anyways,
I don't remember.
Watch My Python, play the games.
Michael
really
Palin's my favorite. Michael Palin and
it was Michael Palin that did Lumberjack, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And didn't one of them do Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, or was that not Fear and Loathing? Crap, the one with the dude in it, Big Lebowski. Didn't one of them did that, or am I mistaken?
I don't know.
I
don't know.
But anyways, play those games. It's a lot of fun. Sadly,
the second one is better. The second one is better, I will say. Like the first one, the story is better, but the second one improves the graphics and it improves the less pixel hunting. So the engine is better on the second game, but the first game think it's
crazy how much talent they got in these games, the point and click games. Like a lot of them, even on PC, they had a lot of talented people in it. Like I know the guy Christopher Walken in Don't Fear the Reaper. They had they had, of course, the My Python guys with Blazing Saddles or Blazing Dragons and of course Discworld. There's just so much talent in some of these games. It's kind of crazy. Mark Hamill and wait, sorry, you're saying?
No, you were saying Mark.
Mark Hamill and Wing Commander 3,
Right.
I think.
Yeah, my favorite game in this genre would have to be the Broken Sword games, Broken Sword 1 and 2 on the PlayStation, actually. And I always had a chip on my shoulder that we didn't get Broken Sword on the Saturn. I wish we would have. Such good games. I'm not a big fan of when they went 3D, but those two original games were excellent. Also PC games that were ported to
Cops are coming for you, Dave.
Yes, can you hear that in the back?
Yeah.
Man, I cannot apply the like noise suppression on my mic when you're in the pilot seat or whatever. I don't know.
Rip.
Maybe I can. I don't know.
But yeah, the police are coming for us. Or maybe it's Blue Moon to ground us all. But
I'm checking if echo cancellation is turned off. I don't know. What should I?
It's all
Anyway.
good. It's all good though. But
All right, cool.
anyways,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you like games that are like that, like point and click adventure games, I think I kind of prefer Sam and Max. Kind of my thing.
Sam and Max those are excellent games. Again, we didn't get that on the Saturn, but it would have been amazing if we did. It's not like the Saturn couldn't have run any of that stuff. It's just, wasn't popular enough of a console, I guess,
Isn't that the story of the Saturn?
Pretty much. Did PlayStation get any of that stuff? Sam and Max, Day of the Tentacle, any of that stuff?
I think Discworld was on Saturn. I mean PS1. I think
it was definitely in the West too. Yeah, because that's how I played it.
I think maybe Blazing Saddles. I haven't checked, but probably not.
I'll check real quick on Sam and Max, see if any of those games.
Sam and Max. I don't think it was on. I think no. Sam and Max Hit the Road. I think was on PS2, or one of the. There was on the PlayStation console because I remember G4 reviewed it back in the day. So I know there was a Sam and Max on a PS2 or PC or something.
Right.
So that's definitely a thing. But but yeah, would have been cool to get Sam and Max play the Saturn. That'd be kind of cool. But
I have to say, somebody in the community, I want to say, someone did like a Scum port to the Saturn a couple years ago.
Yeah, I remember that, and we got like a bunch of different Scum games.
Remember that? Yeah,
we were just getting a bunch of really random ones like Flashback.
Right.
What was the sequel to that one?
Flashback. Yeah, it was the
Flashback. There's a couple of them.
Wait a second. I thought Flashback was this. Sorry? Oh, there's K. K had something to do with it too. I feel like he had a disc with that stuff. I can't even remember.
I had a disc of that stuff, but that I don't think that Out of This World and Flashback were the Scum engine.
Okay, no, but they were similar. You're right, they're not. They were Eric Chahi and his whole studio. Was it? Okay, maybe I'm just misremembering then, because I thought that there was some kind of like port of the Scum engine that the community did or something like that. But I wouldn't be surprised. All it would take is somebody who cares enough about these games to do it, and I'm sure that it doesn't take that much horsepower. I'm sure that they could do it.
Engine.
Yeah,
I'm just Skim in general. No engine, just Scum.
But yeah, I don't know. It really, again, who wants to spend time on that? I don't.
But anyways, yeah, if you like good games and want to play good games that have story, go play them on the Saturn. Go play Discworld and put your disc and enter the world.
Enter the world. Yeah.
All right. So
Compatible
next article,
with the Saturn mouse.
Yeah, if you really want to play it in Japan only, apparently.
Oh yeah, well,
so
Editor's Corner
Japanese...
episode 10. Yeah,
Saturn
Peter
plot
and I...
quiz.
Plot quiz. Wah,
Why does
wah.
this kid look familiar? Where'd you grab the image from the kid? He looks familiar.
Well, that's gonna be the 32X ad. The mommy, what are those two machines doing?
Oh, okay. I was like, he looked familiar. I couldn't remember.
Yes.
Couldn't put my finger on.
Ken Lo designed that ad. Anyway, so
nice. Shouts out Ken Lo.
Yeah, shouts out Ken. So yeah, it's just what it sounds like. Peter and I go back and forth, quizzing each other on our game knowledge. The idea was originally like, let's choose some not so obscure games and then a few obscure games and just kind of read either out of the manual or just kind of come up with some plot synopsis that are somewhat vague and see if we can guess the game based on that. So it was another fun quiz episode. So yeah, sorry, I'm having a lot of burping going on right now.
Gross.
Gross.
Take a Pepto-Bismol.
There you go. But yes, if folks missed it, which some probably did, because it's the holidays and who's listening to podcasts around the holidays, check it out. It was fun. It was fun to record. I'm sure it'll be fun for folks to listen to. But yeah, there's not really much to say other than Peter and I both have different areas of expertise when it comes to like the Japanese games. Like I'm really into the weird, quirky stuff, and he's into the more like the Utena game, you know, like which I haven't played. I haven't played Revolutionary Girl Utena, but you know he has, so he wrote it up.
Got good taste.
Yeah, he does. I have bad taste. I play games like Cat the Ripper and Cubic Gallery and Phanta Step and Omakase Savers. Great game. No, but I mean I like weird, quirky stuff like that. You know, that's the thing is there's so many bizarre Japanese games get overlooked just because people do like a quick, you know, they look on YouTube for a second and they're like, oh, that looks weird. And then they just pass it up. But there are so many cool little bizarre Saturn games like Rampo, where you're like the proprietor of a hotel for men and you basically look through peepholes at your guests and you rummage through their things when they're gone. You know, you have a skeleton key, so you basically get into any unit and go through their personal belongings and yeah, kind of a mystery unfolds as you're going along, knocking on your tenants' doors and harassing them to pay their rent. But yeah, it's fun. It's a fun. It's an interesting game. I don't know. It's not going to be fun for everybody, but
sounds like landlord simulators.
Hotel for men peoples. Yeah, and there's even a cross-dresser in there. But anyway, you know, take it for what you will. It's a mid-90s Japanese game, and it's not a red label. No, Blue Moon was.
Fortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, it plays out kind of like Mansion of the Hidden Souls. It's got that same kind of vibe where it's pre-rendered graphics and then like some FMV stuff going on. But
well,
anyway.
Instead of Mansion of Hidden Souls, it's more like Hotel of Glory Holes, if you know what I'm saying.
4 High Heels did a good video on it. That was really entertaining. So folks should check that out and see if it's something they're interested in.
Like the Choaniki version of Resident Evil.
Choaniki version of Resident Evil. Oh my God, there's a crossover.
Too much cross, too much over.
Anyway, yeah. So next Editor's Corner will go live for Patron only this Wednesday. So be watching for that, and then a week following that, it'll go live to the public.
We got some good stuff lined up for you, or maybe some not good stuff lined up for you. One of the two. I don't know. I'm not saying Dave's stuff.
Toss a coin, 50%.
Yeah. But no, I'm excited to check it out. I always love the Editor's Corners, and I can't wait to hear the next.
Anything else?
We got some.
Have you played any of the? Oh, Yaba Sanshiro. Yes. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Dan just wrote this up.
That. So what's going on with Yaba Sanshiro, Danthrax? It basically got kicked off the Steam store. Oh, he's going to the bathroom. So he might be getting his trumpet ready. So Danthrax has promised that during the Stellar Assault SS stream, he will be playing a trumpet solo for us. That is confirmed, and if he doesn't respond in the next 3 seconds, he has to do it, starting now. Okay, yep, confirmed.
Okay.
We got trumpet solo.
Confirmed. Trumpet solo.
Get that. You better get those lips. Those lips. Did I
miss something? I walked away for a minute.
Yeah,
you're totally
obligated to a trumpet solo now.
Yeah.
No, I haven't played yet today.
Well, I guess you're gonna be playing on the stream later, but no, we were just talking about Yaba Sanshiro. Basically, I kicked off the Steam store, right? Because they said that Valve pretty much refused it, saying it's not a good fit for Steam.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could sort of say it was kicked off the store. It was never really there in the first place. They had a page, which I took a few screenshots with my cell phone. I put them a little farther down in the story, but it was never available to download. It was just kind of a placeholder page. It said it was coming soon. And he seemed like he was all excited about it, like it was going to happen when he posted about it last week. And then a couple days later, it changed from coming out, Friday to coming out soon. And then as of earlier this week, Tuesday, the page stopped being accessible. You couldn't search for it in Steam or anything. So, and then today he posted in his Discord server that, what was going on, that it was rejected. And he tried appealing it, and they were just like, yeah, we don't have anything to add. You're just not a good fit. So that's frustrating, especially since, as I pointed out here, RetroArch is on Steam, including a couple of different Saturn emulators. I think you can get Midnafen on there, and maybe Kronos, which is a fork of Yaba, just like Yaba Sanshiro is. But the difference is that none of those are included with the base install of RetroArch. They're all DLC, which, I mean, that's still on Steam. So what's the difference? But they rejected. Yeah, they rejected Yaba Sanshiro.
Wow. Hopefully they get thrown into an asteroid.
Shadow says he thinks it's BIOS related.
There isn't a BIOS included with Yaba Sanshiro, though.
Huh.
I think about whenever you start up a game in Yaba Sanshiro, it doesn't have the little startup sound and animation for when you start up a normal Saturn. It doesn't have the BIOS in there. It just. Do you think it's
just not like pretty enough on the front end? Like they want it to be more polished or something like that? I don't know. Like that's the thing, is I'm not really sure what their standards are for, but
I don't know either.
I think my favorite thing is that they have all those crappy asset flip games on there, but an emulator that actually does something useful, it's like, no, we can't allow that, fam.
I'm guessing if they saw that it was an emulator, its only purpose was emulation, and they were like, well, this might be a legal issue, we'll reject it. And somehow RetroArch has gotten past them, and they didn't see a problem with that. It's just inconsistent,
Yeah. Well, RetroArch has like this big name, and they I guess. I don't know. It just seems like kind of seems like favoritism for sure. That, or they're just idiots. I don't know. Like, but whatever.
It's so cool. Leave those asset flip games on there. I'm pretty sure everyone loves those ones.
Right.
Amazing stuff. But kind of a bummer. It looks like it runs buttery smooth. Yeah.
I mean, it does, right? I mean, this is what I'd be running on my cell phone, honestly. Like, I was a couple of years ago, even I was running Nights into Dreams like fluidly on my I don't know, it was like a Note 9 or something like that, and it was fine.
Nights into Dreams on your toilet.
Come true. There you go. Don't want to touch that phone after that, though.
No. Get a little bit of extra.
I've got like 10 more minutes before I have to hop off. And I know Pat needs to get into the stream, just to be able to maximize the time.
Maximization.
But I wanted to mention real quick all the projects that have come through. So obviously, Stellar Salt, amazing projects, which we're going to take a closer look at here. But like, have you seen, Pat, you said you're busy, right? So have you not had a chance to look at XL2's submission?
I've not yet had a chance to unfortunately load it up yet.
Okay, it's ridiculous. I won't say much more. Hey, there's Dan. Beautiful Dan.
Jeez, I need that big on screen.
Yeah, so
do the one eye. So yeah, it's ridiculous. Like I don't want to spoil it. I'm not going to tell folks what it is. No screenshots. They told me they really wanted people to be surprised by it. But all I can say is this: huge shouts to XL2 and Ponut for pulling this off, and just the level of detail, it's just I didn't think it was possible for him to one-up himself on Hellslave, but it really is. It's just amazing. So
yeah, no,
it's exciting.
I'm excited to try it out. I'm not gonna say what it is. I kind of have an idea what it is, but I'm gonna.
You have an idea, yeah.
We'll try it out next week on the stream, or well, crap. What's next week? New Year's Eve.
Excellent. Yeah, next it's what's that gonna be? It's the eve of New Year's Eve. We might get away with it. But yeah, so it's by that time I imagine it won't be a secret anymore.
Yeah, I think he just wanted kind of radio silence for the first day or two.
Sure.
So as people find out, oh, there's a new submission, I'll download it and see what it is. They're all surprised when they find out what it is.
Blows your mind.
That's what they want. They want folks to have that oh my god moment when they realize what it is, and
I won't say details, but I had never played the game before, so it was kind of lost on me until like people started talking about it, and then I kind of like looked up footage. I'd never even seen it played. I had no idea.
Oh, okay.
The first time I've ever played that game is now through the Saturn.
Did you ever play the sequel?
No, I've never played anything from that series.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay. All right. No, well, that's cool. So, I mean, I'd be interested to know your take on it, like what you, as you were experiencing it for the first time, like what you were thinking, you know?
Let's know about
all those hot takes. It was cool. I mean, it has kind of Metroid Prime like storytelling in a way, you know, through the environment and finding people's diaries and logs, stuff like that, and that's cool. You know, the stuff they do with the sound, of course,
is insane.
Awesome. Yeah, and I mean, I don't have headphones hooked up to my TV. I have great big nice Sony stereos. So I still was able to get some of the effect of sounds coming from different directions, which they did just an awesome job with. I was blown away by the draw distance, and I mean some of the stuff we've seen with Hellslave before with reflections and you know, the sky and stuff like that, but it's still
kicks it up a notch though. Like this kicks it,
definitely. And it's just amazing to see in a new game, you know, quote unquote, another production doing the same thing. It just it's really cool.
And it holds 30 frames per second, like pretty consistently. Yeah.
Feels good, man.
Phenomenal. So yeah, that all and good, then man. There was another one too. Damage X released the salad shmup.
Yeah, salad
shmup. So lots of cool stuff for it's like Christmas came early, you know. I've been playing Stellar Assault, and I got pretty far. I don't know how far is that, Dan? When you get to the part where they're in that narrow space.
You were like halfway through mission 5. Like there's two halves. The first half is outside blowing up capital ships. Second half is inside the base to destroy.
Yeah. And it took me that's the problem is those ships, they take so much fire. Those ones outside, they take so much fire and yet they're firing at you, so it's really hard to keep your shield health up while you're like sitting there firing on them. And I was trying to, you know, I'd like go out and then do a loop and then kind of like hit the air brakes and then just kind of like fire missiles and steady shots at them at the same time. But then they're firing like plasma at you. And so it was tough. By the time I got to the second half, I pretty much was depleted and didn't have.
Yeah, you got to be patient a little bit and you know, be able to tell yourself, I can pull away from this and dodge some shots. And I'll lose a little bit of putting damage on it, but it's going to keep me alive longer, and that's more important because you can't recharge those shields.
That is what I noticed, is that some of those levels, they kind of drag on, and you just kind of have to be patient and do it that way, because if you try to go in hot...
Do you want to switch over to the game? No, we're talking about it?
Absolutely, sure, yeah, absolutely.
And you use the Type B fighter instead of the Type A. You have your shots are able to shoot down the capital ships energy shots.
Ooh, I'm gonna try that, you know, because I went for the smaller, quicker fighter.
Right.
But now that I think about it, I rarely used speed. I mostly like use the air brakes, so I should probably just go with the heavy fighter.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
So before we go out, we probably shout out the Patreons before we go.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll do that real quick. So before we go, I want to thank all our amazing patrons. Get the name of them all. Gotta put them.
Thank all of you.
You again. So Murder Crows, Blue Moon 95, Emerald Nova, Johannes Fetz, Cerillion, Derek, aka Team Gem Clasher Rank, Justin, Momphis, Newt Regis, Robert Ramsey, Rowan Dished, Shadow Mask, Steven Johnson, Stoneman, Tanuki Trev, and Young Money Sawee. If you'd like to back us the Patreon and back us at the get shout out on the show, you can do that at the $10 level. And
I'm gonna mute my.
Hi, Daddy. Oh, I think I can hide Dave. Hold on, he's yelling. I'm sure he's not doing that. So if you want to back us on the $10 level, you could do that. And you get cool bonus like shouts out, early beta patches for a lot of Malenko's, a lot of his patches and stuff that he's working on. So the beta patches for that.
Sorry about that, Pat.
Early SHIRO shows. It's all good. I hid you, so you're good.
Yep.
All the other stuff. Yeah. But if you can't back us regularly on that basis, you can do a one-time donation on our website or check out our SHIRO show merch or the magazines. I don't know if the magazines we have them up. Oh, there's Dan again. I'm just gonna.
There's Dan. Yeah, magazines will be shipping in the new year. Yeah, I don't want to compete with Christmas. I didn't want to compete with Christmas, but they're here. I'm packing them up. They will ship in the new year.
I just keep accidentally opening up Dan's thing. I'm sorry. Feel bad, but yeah, if you want some cool shirts, got Virtual Dave and Pal is cool shirts. Dave has the shirt on. Cool. I don't have a shirt. I have this one that says
there you go. Yeah, see,
protect trans kids. So do that, I guess. That's not our shirt, but I have that. That's one I have on. But yeah, if you want a good want cool shirts, definitely check it out here or get this one at some other place. But yeah, and if you can't,
well, now you got to tell people where you got that shirt.
it's from this thing. It's called Leftist Gamer Memes or something like that.
Oh, okay,
it's a political thing, so probably.
Yeah.
Probably, but yeah, if you want that, I'll put the link in the chat if you really want one. But yeah, and if you just want to support us on YouTube, you could go on YouTube and like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, do the ringy dingy. I don't know what you do for that. Give us feedback, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I think that's about it. So we probably should go on and play some games.
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
So I won't be here, but shouts to all of you guys in the community. Thank you so much for all the amazing stuff you're doing for the Saturn. And the stuff you're submitting for this year's contest. Shouts to the Stellar Assault localization team. You guys rock. I'll catch you guys later. And we'll be. I'll upload that other video after Pat's stream. Okay.
Sounds good. And with that, remember you must play SEGA Saturn.
SEGA Saturn. Catch you later.
Before the actual holiday, because I've not been able to be around for like the last month. So happy holidays all you guys.
Hey, that's the Type A fighter from Stellar Assault.
The Saturn localization team idea, Assault, wasn't too bad. That was given, a week or two ago. We kind of tossed that around a little bit with the team. Kind of played with a couple logos. Shadow Mask was kind of coming up with some logos. So I don't know. Maybe we'll go with that. Maybe we'll do something different. We'll see.
Hey, Lacquerware here.
My mic's off.
Can everyone hear me?
Yeah. So
Yes.
I'm gonna redo that. So I'm gonna pretend that didn't happen. I'm sorry, my mic was muted. I am stupid. Yep. So welcome to the stream portion of it. We're gonna play some. Well, actually, it doesn't matter. We're gonna play some Cell Assault Double S. We got the amazing Danthrax, Lacquerware. Yep. Crouching Mouse is here as well. And is Mock BX? Is he?
Yeah, that's Mike Dent. That's our Alan.
Yep. Hey, how's it going?
Alan Virgil.
Alan.
Hey, Mike.
Hey.
Hello.
Guys, Crouching Mouse has to fix her mic. She's constantly on.
Oh no, is it messed up?
No, it's just on, I guess. And then we have Valela.
Yeah, that's Renee. What's up? This is our Aya, the commander who gives you your briefings and narrates the game.
Hello.
So is that so? Okay, so that works. Welcome, guys. So is Crouching Mouse also a voice or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did I fix my mic? Is it better?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good to me. Yeah, Crouching Mouse played Maria. She's the AI computer for your support craft, which is an auxiliary craft that's attached to your ship, and then it can detach and do cool stuff for you.
Crouching Mouse was already on Bulk Slash, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, she played
She was Kina.
It was Kina.
Kina, yep.
Hmm?
I think I even put that I used Kina for your birthday thing, Danthrax, when I did the little hat. I couldn't find a good one of Leon, so I had to go. So that's the only render I had for the birthday thing. So pretty
But
funny.
Reina Lala is new, right?
Yep.
Or was she
Yeah,
already
Renee was not on Bulk Slash. Is a new find, and we're very lucky and glad to have her aboard. She had a ton of VO for this game. And it's the first foot we put forward with that the opening movie to the game. When did we release that? Like a week ago? It's all
Yeah,
blur.
that was on the SHIRO show, right? I was not on, unfortunately, because I had
Yeah, that was this
stuff
time
I had
last
to do,
week.
unfortunately.
So
But,
I mean, this whole project is interesting because in some ways it's a lot simpler than Bulk Slash in terms of the tech required to hack it, but it's a lot more VO, most of which is dialogue as opposed to just individual sound bites per character. So it's more complex from a voice recording standpoint. So we're pretty happy with how it's all come together because it was anyone's guess for a while there. At least it felt that way to me. You never know.
Voice acting right now.
How
The
many
situation seemed dire, but to our
Just one.
surprise, the enemy were
Really?
easily
Just one.
repelled,
Yeah.
withdrawing at the first show
Sorry,
of
I should shut up
resistance
while we're
and vanishing as swiftly as they'd appeared.
playing movies.
Their technology had simply been no match for that
So
of
who does the
mankind.
narration in this?
This is Renee.
Considering the minimal
Oh, nice,
damage
I like
done,
it.
there was perhaps a
Kinda
silver
reminds me of,
lining to the incident.
Kind of reminds me of
The attack had unified us, bringing an
commander
end to
in
eons of
Red Alert
conflict
2.
over ethnic and religious divides.
Oh my goodness, I haven't played that
Afterward,
game.
we studied what we could from the
Many,
wreckage of
many
enemy
years.
ships, but there
That
was
one's a
precious
great
little
one.
to be learned.
The one's like battle control terminated, or was it the
vessels had been
advisor?
outfitted with
Is that what they're called?
self-braking mechanisms,
For
making them all but impossible
RTSs, the
to
advisors,
examine.
I think, whatever.
Then, 2 years later, there was a second
My cat is
contact.
also here to say hello.
The identity of the alien menace
Okay.
remained a mystery. But this
How many
time,
voice actors did you manage
we
to get
were
for this
ready for
project
them.
altogether, Lacquerware?
Knowing
We
another
have
encounter was
9.
all but
Well,
inevitable,
there are 9 roles.
we'd work
and
together
we've got
as one human
all of
race
them
to make
filled.
preparations to intercept and attack.
Which is a
Having
lot
only
fewer
incurred minor
than
damage
Bulk
in the
Slash,
previous
which had
clash,
21, I think.
We'd assumed the enemy would be even easier to repel
But
this time.
most of the
But
parts
the
were a
alien
lot more
invaders had another
extensive.
surprise
Well,
for
I don't know.
us.
It's kind of a split.
Their
Well,
once
it's also-
outdated technology had
Yeah,
evolved
we had like the 7
immensely
navigators
in
and
2
then
years'
just a
time.
handful of
It
like
was now nearly on
one or
par
two
with our own.
line.
There are a lot of bit parts, yeah, because of the endings.
But yeah, it seems like you
Had
guys
we
did a
not
lot
undergone
with
a
the
technological
9
revolution
with the 9
over
actors.
those 2
I
years,
suppose it's not really
they
any
might have
mid
wiped
parts in
us
this
out
one.
then and there.
There are a couple bit parts. You'll hear one of them. And then there are a couple
as the
sort
battle
of
descended
mid-sized
into
parts.
chaos, The enemy vanished
and
yet
then
again.
a few Juggernaut parts.
This
that
time,
had
however, we were
lines.
able to track them.
I can imagine.
They had
Oh my
performed a
gosh.
series of space-time jumps,
And,
consolidating their forces at the edge of our
here, who
solar
we're
system.
talking over, is one of them.
Then, with a mysterious
She has
blast,
among
disappeared
the most,
altogether. Some
dialogue-heavy
theorized they
characters.
recognized their imminent defeat and self-destructed. But ultimately, we determined it safest to assume they'd
Will there
escaped,
ever be
leaving
an
open the
evil
possibility
German
of a future
character in
encounter.
one of these games?
Yeah,
Another
they
2 years
promised
passed,
they promised me that
and
line.
now
that
they've made
part,
contact for a
unfortunately,
third
so-
time.
Sorry about that, Xenos.
This time, certain
No, you
facets of
can't.
their technology have surpassed
That's
ours.
cultural
This
appropriation.
comes
I'm
in
pulling
spite of
that
humanity's
card.
strengthened
Oh my
coordination
God.
and
I'm not
further
gonna go
technological
there.
advances
That's-
since the last contact.
It got demonetized.
We no longer have the assurance we once
anyways,
did. Only questions.
yeah, wow, a lot of really good lines.
Why do they attack at 2-year intervals?
Yeah, this narration sounds
Where did they
exactly like
come
something from like a 90s CD,
who
like point and
or what
click game I would play back in the
Are
day.
they?
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. It kind of reminds me of like the Red Alert sort of stuff, Red Alert 2 sort of stuff. God, I want to play Red Alert 2 now. But yeah, let's get into it. Difficulty, of course, easy. I'm not good.
Yeah, I would stick with easy for the demo. I would say it doesn't really affect you know, what dialogue you hear or anything like that. I think
Oh god,
yeah,
is this
we
really you
gave
have to
it
hit it
a-
like for each level? Oh my god.
It's funny that they let you.
Oh my
they
God.
give you this much control over the volume. It's nice.
No, but like I have to keep hitting the button. I can't hold it down. Like I gotta
really?
hit it every single hit to lower it down. So.
So I
thank
think
you,
we
game.
gave recommended settings. I don't know if you've discovered your own. That might be pretty low for.
Yeah, I'm assuming default controls. I don't know if there's better control styles. Anybody wants to give me their optimal layout?
Yeah,
so I could switch it up?
I mean default is what I think we all use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oops, I messed that up there.
Unless we're able to get that mission stick support, in which case that will certainly be the definitive way to play the game.
Yeah, I'm not playing hardest difficulty unless you want to see the first 5 minutes 20 times over. We ain't doing that.
How's
Homie
mission
ain't
stick
playing
coming
that.
along?
Well, for now it's just a dream.
Let's go B. B for ballin'. Yeah, there's dumb.
It's funny, so Danthrax and I both gave tips to Pat before this stream, and before I sent mine, I
The United
sent them,
Nations Space Force is Earth's
to
first line of defense
Dan and the
against
rest of our
alien
team just to
invasion.
see what people thought.
We've
And it turned
concentrated
out
our
that
ranks
Dan
along
and I
the
had
orbital path of
reached
the 8th
separate
planet,
conclusions
Neptune.
about which ship is easier to use.
This was a predictive measure
I
based
was
on
about
the
to
enemy's
recommend
previous
using ship
appearances
A,
near
but Dan had
Neptune's
already
neighboring
recommended B.
planets,
B
Uranus,
looks pretty
then
good.
Pluto.
I like the color it. The narration. Hopefully you can hear it.
Unfortunately, with
I
this
think
third
it's time
contact,
for
the enemy have
t-shirts,
instead
Team
emerged
A and
slightly
Team B
inward of the
on
orbital
Stellar
path
Assault
of the
ships.
third planet from the Sun, Earth.
Whose side are you
They've
on?
Team A
since
or Team
dispersed
B,
into
just
multiple
like,
squadrons
just like,
and spread
just
across
like
the inner solar
the
system.
Civil War meme. It's like
To make
like
matters
ship A,
worse, they've
type
quickly
A,
managed
type
to
B,
establish a
Civil War.
position within attack range of the Earth and have begun pelting our home planet with asteroids.
Dang.
The
I was
UNSF are heading
thinking
back as
more like
quickly as possible, but at
Twilight.
this rate, the Earth will incur catastrophic damage before they ever arrive.
The book series.
Yeah, but I forgot what the name of those two guys
And so
was.
the duty falls to us.
And the werewolf dude.
We've assembled each nation's
Edward
best and
and-
brightest at
it
Earth
doesn't
Moon
matter.
1
Narration's
and begun
fine.
preparations for a
Yeah,
joint
Team
space
Jacob and Team
command.
Edward.
Wait, there's no music. I forgot. I turned the music off. But the voice is what's more important, so I don't. We can listen to music anytime.
The enemy
voices...
is using an Excel gate to pelt the Earth with asteroids. The
Oh, wait,
damage
did this
is
play again?
extensive.
Is it just autoplay or is that a different one?
This is a different.
This is a new. This is a. That was. Wait, hold on. No, that was. Can you?
Oh gosh, how do I? Oh, oh crap!
Where it says it's the orange.
Pelting with
orange.
yeah, I think it kept saying pelting with asteroid again.
Oh, Blue Moon was in Twilight.
Go.
In his younger years.
So, the autopilot sequences usually have dialogue. So I want to.
This is Hog 1. Bright. Birdie, radio check.
Loud and clear, sir.
This marks the first field up of the illustrious Joint Space Command. Let's move out.
Mission area coordinates confirmed. Initiating jump.
Oh, don't, I can actually hear it now.
Well, I'm muting him
All
for
scan
me,
points
so.
will be displayed on your HUD. Just follow the screen.
Approaching mission area. Disengaging jump drive.
If you guys bleed through on the stream, don't have headphones, I'm gonna have to mute you, so. It's nothing personal, but you have to
all units,
put it on or else
fan
it's gonna
out.
echo through my
Let's
mic.
be home in time for dinner.
Please align your targeting reticle with the green marker.
I know. That's
no,
not how we're doing
don't.
it.
Just leave it on. We'll mute you if we need to.
No, I'd rather him not.
Okay, so you're in control now.
Well, there we go. Yeah. Put me back in autopilot.
All units have reached the scanning
Edgar's
point.
kind of
Very good.
taking you through a
Undock your
quick
support
tutorial.
craft and start scanning.
Very quick.
Undocking Kite 3. Stand by on heightened alert. Kite 3. Initiating scan.
All support craft have finished conducting their scan, sir.
All right, let's dock them and roll back.
Picking up increased kinetic activity at the enemy site.
Well, guess they finally noticed.
Thermal readings spiking. They're attacking.
Ooh, I like it.
Kite 3 damaged. All channels offline.
Detecting jump turbulence. No ID signals.
Multiple enemy craft exiting jump.
Nope, so broke out.
All units, intercept at your own discretion. Time to step it up.
Do you just have any like funny antidotes or anything recording these lines? Oh my
let's
God.
see here.
I just blew those things up with one shot. I was using type A. This thing's just smoked. Yeah, so sorry about that.
Do you mean anecdotes?
He probably meant anecdotes. I think
Yeah,
it's safe to
yeah. Tell me
infer.
your antidotes. What's the antidotes to healing my ears from what I'm hearing? No, I'm just joking. But yeah, what any funny any funny stories of when you recorded the game? God, my brain don't work good today.
There was a lot of experimentation, especially with Jake McPherson, the captain, with different wordings of the lines, just to try and find what felt the most natural, you know, for the actors to recite. The actor who played Jake isn't here right now, Ramir, but he's in Holland and has amazing English, but there are certain, because he's not a native speaker, there are certain like groups of consonants and stuff that he would just like.
It's an
he would just be
asteroid.
like, yeah,
The
I'm
enemy
not
ejected
feeling
an
this. I'm not
asteroid
feeling
at us
this
through the
phrase.
Excel gate.
And you could
Damn
tell,
it.
like when he would
Hawk
say
one to
a line
Garuda.
as written,
We've
it
got
just
your enemy
didn't, like
data,
it sounded
but as you
like
can
he had
see,
been
we've
handed
got
this
big
phrase.
trouble.
I was like,
And I
well,
mean big.
I'm
What's the
not
plan?
married to any specific line in the script. I think we should we should find something that
use your support craft to recharge and pursue
you know,
the asteroid
feels
while
good
awaiting
coming out
further
of you.
instruction.
So,
Roger that,
the
Garuda.
recording, like the
Birdie,
Audacity
use my
projects
support
that we
pod to
have, are
recharge.
just like
Man,
this
I should have
hodgepodge
known
of
they
like
wouldn't let us ease
different
into this gig.
wordings of like one idea. So I don't know. I thought it would be fun at some point, if the actors are cool with it, to release some kind of blooper reel that just has some of the behind-the-scenes stuff.
You should edit it directly into the game.
The
I think that'd be
asteroid
a lot of
launched
fun.
through the enemy's Excel gate is 300
Side
meters
B.
in diameter.
You
If it
Exactly.
continues to plunge toward the Earth, the damage will be
It's just
immeasurable.
literally just the entirety of the answer.
We are now loading
nope,
Falcon
nope,
1 with a resonant
nope.
frequency round.
It's
Once
consistent.
it's ready,
a line and then I say
me,
nope.
along with Eagle Featherwing,
That's
will
like
head to
my
your position.
little trigger word to let
Meanwhile,
everyone know.
take note
No,
of the
I'm not
vernier
feeling it. I'm not
thrusters
feeling
attached
this
to
one.
the asteroid
Mine's
for
usually
course correction.
or I'll like
Destroy
make
them
some like
before we
guttural
arrive.
noise
Over
or
and
something.
out.
Like if I say something like I'm trying to pronounce it like, and then it's like the boop, and then I hit the end record button. I actually had to do that on. So when I was recording this analog tape project I was working on, I had to record it on a tape. So I had to literally do like I was doing what I was doing to my PC, but I actually had to physically hit the stop button,
Getting in
the
front of this
line,
thing
and
will
hit
be a
record
royal
again,
pain.
record the line
Birdie,
again.
you
And then I
handle
had
the
to
front.
edit and post because there's a lot
Me
of
and
like
Bright will take care of the
seconds
rear.
because like it's
Really,
you have to
Captain?
do it like right
You're
where
gonna make
the
him do your
the
dirty
erase
work
head
just
is
because you
to
don't
that
feel
point.
like it?
So you have to precisely
Quiet.
aim it, but there's a lot of like
Captain's orders are
me
captain's
starting
orders.
and stopping, so you hear and then saying the actual line. So it's kind of funny. So I definitely know how you feel in that regards, but it's just kind of funny that just different like trigger words for that and stuff. The trigger, like the oh man, not
like
working.
the idea that some of the characters have accents because it plays in the future and there's gonna be a lot of different nationalities flying into space.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I see as a strength of the English language being spoken so widely, you know, across the planet, is that when you do a project like this, which is about a planet-wide military, you know, all coming together, you can kind of create that vibe a little better than they could with Japanese, which is spoken in a relatively narrow part of the world.
Space-time
and so
turbulence
it
detected.
does feel kind of like a fun bonus.
Is that who I think it is?
You should have made
Failed to
everyone
confirm
British
ID
and
signal.
in like
It
just
is
like
the
in the
enemy.
Warhammer stuff.
Crap.
Like, for some reason Warhammer, like
units
I don't know if
return
any of you guys
fire.
do the 40k
Don't
stuff
die.
or any of the Warhammer properties, but everyone is friggin' British and with some weird accent in those games.
Yeah, you gotta
It's really funny
include a
to me.
Frenchman with a heavy
Space-time
British
turbulence
accent.
detected. ID signal
Yeah,
confirmed.
literally, if you play
I'm so
Warhammer,
glad they
it's
could find the
British.
time.
Exactly.
Howdy,
It's
McPherson.
like, boy, mate, we
Guess we
gotta
kept
do
you
it
on ice.
for the Emperor.
Is that Alan Virgil I
That's
hear?
a really bad British accent, but
You're lucky
if
I left you
anybody's
some
British
scraps.
in the chat, I'm
Heads
sorry
up.
you're in
I'm carrying a
here.
heavy payload here. I need you to cover me.
This,
Roger that,
this is
buddy.
Mike's character who
Right.
just showed up.
Birdie, eyes on
Oh, there we
Falcon
go.
1.
There was Mike Dent as Alan Virgil, and then Rocco DeFeo as Brad Field. And they just showed up. They're the other two captains of separate squadrons, and sometimes they come and help you out. And they're like bros with Captain Jake.
Eagle 1 to Falcon 1.
What's like
We've
the
suppressed
HUD
the enemy
meaning?
vessels.
Like
Roger.
we have
Launching
processor
resonator shot.
throttle on the
All
left
units,
side,
get
and
away
on the
from the
right side
target.
we have HP and shield, but what's the 4-bar gauge where the throttle is? What is that for?
Impact imminent.
On the right side?
That's just what speed you've set it to based on what button you're pressing. And then the bar next to it shows your
Falcon 1 to
actual
all
speed
units.
based on your input.
The asteroid is smashed, but its fragments are still too large.
Just a little more
Formation and
information than
fire
you
at
really
will to
need,
demolish
but
what's left.
that's what they
Over.
decided to do.
Going really
On the
fast.
right, the bottom part of it is shield, which is your health basically, but then the top part is energy, which is actually your ammunition essentially.
You should have really made somebody extremely British and just for that. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying the voice acting. It's really good and definitely is getting me into this universe a lot more and at least making me understand what the hell people are saying.
Oh, so only shield is actually health. I thought it was like a Halo thing.
No, it's actually shield. So if you're out of shield, you die. So when I kept
the other thing's ammo.
When I kept hitting the rock and I kept slamming myself into it trying to use it with A, I just lost the shields and I died horrendously. But honestly, I kind of prefer B. I was playing A before and it was impossible to
There are
shoot
no
those
remaining
ships
fragments capable of
using
breaching the Earth's
A
atmosphere.
scan, or the A ship.
Falcon 1 to all units.
It takes
Mission
a little more
complete.
skill.
All units
because
return to
the,
base.
The gun kind of homes in more with Type B fighter.
Yeah. That B is nice. But yeah, the voice acting is stellar. You guys are doing an amazing job with it.
Thank you.
Yeah, once again, I just feel really lucky with the crop of actors that we were able to find and who were willing to give us their time. And it was a lot of time for a lot of these characters, like even Crouching Mouse returning from having played a navigator in Bulk Slash,
The
which
data
is,
you
the
scanned with your
navigators
support
were
pods
the
has
big
provided us
roles.
with detailed
Oh,
intel
sorry, I
on
let
the enemy's
briefing clip.
asteroid launch site. Hawk and Eagle squadrons will carry out an attack on this site. It is imperative that we halt these asteroid strikes. We have just one target, the enemy Excel Gate. Eagle Squadron will focus on destroying this target. Hawk Squadron, attack the battleships around the gate to dispel the enemy forces. Good luck.
Yeah, no, that's amazing voice acting. I love it. I love it. You guys are like just giving me the atmosphere of being in this game, and It feels like I'm playing this back in the 90s, like this was an actual translation, so. Except
Thanks.
a little bit better voice-wise to get the hindsight.
I think it should sound better than a 90s translation because of
It does,
the
yeah.
quality.
But I like the I guess maybe I think it might just be the. It might be the voice.
Hawk 1 to all Hawk units. We're off.
Mission area coordinates confirmed. Time to jump.
That's crouching mouse. I definitely know it's crouching mouse. Am I right?
Hey Birdie, how's that fancy
me.
new AI module working for you?
I know
Even
my
your
voices.
support craft talks now.
That's right, Captain. Call me Maria. I'm Kite 3's AI module.
Kind of reminds me of a little
They've
bit
even
more
test outfitted me with
hyperactive and
experimental emotion chip. I have my own
outgoing
feelings
Tina.
and personality. Let's be pals.
Greetings, Captain McPherson. This is Edgar, Hawk 3's AI unit.
It was
Coinciding
cute
with Maria's
voice.
arrival, I too have been test
Love it.
outfitted with
So
an
cute.
experimental
Yeah,
emotion
no,
chip.
I definitely like
Mine,
the voice a
however,
lot.
has been configured to sound less comical.
Also, I'm liking this vision sounding, dude.
Comical? Robbie, tell this tin can not to be so rude.
Sounds like you got a full house there, Robbie.
That's a
Captain,
coincidence.
save the dumb jokes for later. We're coming up on the mission area.
So that's Dan
Whoops.
Bosley
Sounds
as
like
Edgar.
those two aren't the only ones
And,
with emotion chips.
Captain.
The only the main touchstone we had is
All
that
Hawk
in the
Squadron
Japanese
units,
version, it's
break
the
formation
same
as soon as we
actor that
exit the jump.
did the
Attack any
Japanese
enemy
dub
ships
for
surrounding the gate.
Data in
Arriving
Star
at the
Trek.
mission area. Let's jump out.
But we found Dan Bosley through a friend, and I heard his reel, and we
Take
asked
care
him
of
to
that
audition,
gate,
and
Virgil.
he did.
Right.
And he
Good
sounded to
luck.
me kind of like Hal from 2001: A Space Odyssey, except a
does
little
kinda.
less like he's going to suffocate you to death, and a little warmer and fuzzier. And I thought that would work pretty well. But, you know, it's the interplay between Edgar, who's sort of this stuffy, very robotic-sounding robot, and then Maria, who's a very human-sounding robot, is like super important to the whole script. So we were all very picky and very opinionated about who would play Edgar, I think. And I sort of begged to. I made a strong case for Dan Bosley, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. And then the echo effect is Shadow Mask's post-production work, trying to make it sound as close to the Japanese effect as possible. And we actually got word from so the director of this game got in touch. Well, or rather, he found this project organically just through Twitter, through Dan's tweets. And gave a very nice comment on how good it sounded, and then when we released this sizzle reel the other day, he said something about how surprised he was, and someone else chimed in and was like, the echo sounds really close to the original, and he was like, yeah, I can't believe how close Maria and Edgar sound to the original. So that was a nice feather in our cap.
That's awesome. Hey, what am I supposed to do here with this?
Oh man, that's a huge honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And it's
kind of blown away.
There's like the Japanese director of it.
Yeah, the director.
Yeah, Mr. Tsuchida.
I think is his name.
Yeah.
Did he respond in English or Japanese?
Japanese.
In Japanese.
Oh,
actually,
nice.
he did. So yeah, he quote retweeted one of Dan's tweets and said something like, "This is how wonderful," and so then I responded to him in Japanese, and I gushed a little bit, and he responded to me in English through DeepL. So we had a little nice interaction.
Nice.
Am
Am I supposed to shoot the hell out of this thing? I'm just...
Yeah.
This is the FYI, guys. There are multiple endings in the game. Like there's a good ending and a bad ending. And the criteria to get the good ending is it's a little hidden. So there's going to be a README file, as we did with Bulk Slash, and the README file will walk you through the steps required for anyone who just wants the good ending and doesn't want to have to guess. I will say that one of the first criterion is in this stage, just so people know.
Okay, I just blew the hell out of it. Okay, we good. I just want to know I was doing it
Bad guys
right.
are escaping.
Yeah, it
Eagle 1 to Garuda. Destroyed the target.
Yeah,
Remaining enemy units are retreating.
This game
Mission complete.
branching paths like Starfleet.
Yeah, facts.
This is Garuda.
No, not really.
Solid
it
copy.
It has a if
Eagle
you've
Squadron and Hawk Blue
completed
Wing, return
hidden
at once.
objectives in
Hawk
a few
Feather
different
Wing,
missions.
we've got word on your
then,
next mission.
It will add a couple more missions onto the end of the game.
Folks.
And if you beat those, then you get the good ending.
Yeah.
Who was Kina and Bogslash?
She was the green haired girl that marries what's the name at the end and has a kid.
Yeah, she's this, like hidden seventh person.
The very last one, which you need to unlock all the other ones for.
Right.
And behind the first door in the last level. I remember.
Take a look at this asteroid belt between the orbital paths of Earth and Venus.
Another briefing?
Here we've discovered the supply site the enemy has been using to scavenge asteroids. They equip these asteroids with booster rockets, then guide them to the Excel Gate. They've left a number of these boosters intact at the site, meaning there's still a threat of ongoing asteroid strikes, albeit at reduced efficiency.
Gates in,
Your objective is to neutralize this supply point and completely cut off any potential for further strikes.
I've been watching a lot of Stargate recently, so I've been kind of...
Hawk Plume Wing have resupplied and are standing by for jump.
SG-1 though, watching Atlantis now.
Please regroup before commencing the mission. Best of luck.
Stargate fans in the chat. I think we're on mission 4, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nice.
You're plowing through these. I'm impressed.
Yeah, that's what happens when you choose easy. I'm just joking.
Hawk Feather Wing.
I did play both stops on easy too, but...
Mission area coordinates confirmed. Ready when you are.
If we do end up beating it, I'll try to get on medium. So
ready on our end, Garuda.
I'm gonna replay. I just want to make sure I get through all the voices.
Roger. I'll send the signal.
Like, is this a sequel to the... There's a 32X game, right? Like
Hawk Plume Wing reporting in.
Yeah, it's. I think it's more of a ground-up remake.
Sweeping of the enemy. Time to put a dent in their plans.
Versed in the 32.
Roger.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of like a remake of the first game, but I mean they just like just writ large. They've taken everything and stepped it up 5 notches.
I know that.
But it's essentially retelling the same story, but then adding new details to it as well. It's not really a sequel.
Maria, I would like you to teach me.
More like a
Humor's not something you teach. Oh, we've arrived at the mission area.
Of the first, of the exact same game.
So, is there any returning voice actors besides Crouching Mouse in the game?
Let's see here. Diana Alaco, my friend, is back as Brenda. Brenda Bright, who's got sort of a mid-sized role.
Is that the one that's just talking?
I actually wasn't listening. I was like, because I have to listen to the game via YouTube, but the conversation via Discord, it's like a stir of echoes if I put on both. So I've been sort of like oscillating between muting and unmuting, but I didn't catch that last scene.
But yeah, I can't remember because it's
Maria, yeah, that's Diana speaking as Brenda, and she played Rupia.
That's why I knew the voice sounded familiar. Yeah, I was like, "Wow, what's that voice sounds familiar?"
Yeah, and she was doing a southern accent in Bulk Slash, but she's playing it straight here.
Yeah,
nice. I like it. But yeah, no, there's that's really cool. So do you have? So I guess for the voice actors in the chat, do you want to talk a little about yourselves and so the other projects you guys were a part of? Before the Stellar Assault, maybe just talk a little bit about stuff that's upcoming as well. Maybe plug some of your stuff. I'd be down to hear
it. Our actors, you mean? The actors?
Yeah, the voice actors. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, guys.
I'll go dead last for that one. There's a lot.
All right, Renee, you got anything? Anything you want to plug? Did we lose Renee? Or Crouching Mouse?
Hey, sorry, I'm like, Oh.
Go ahead.
I'm a little delayed because I'm just kind of listening to the YouTube.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do a lot of commercial voice work, trying to break into video game and animation and everything. So This was really my first project like this, and what a great first project to be a part of. Everyone was incredible with direction from Greg, and it's so cool to hear my voice mixed so neatly. And yeah, I don't know, it was a great project, and I'm looking forward to doing future things like this.
Yay!
Yeah, no, I love the voice acting, so I'm excited to see what the future holds for you as well, because I'm definitely excited to follow you guys. I know that you guys work on a lot of cool things, and like they get a lot of really cool voice actors, and like they always end up working on something cool afterwards. So I'm excited to see like what you end up working on as well, because that's gonna be sweet. And yeah.
Oh, thank you for the kudos. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries. Gosh, yeah, I know a little bit about Crouch Mouse. That it's kind of funny hearing like the evolution and it's following her throughout the stuff, because I know she first came on the SHIRO stuff for Sakura Wars, the translation for that, and then of course went on as Kina, and now it's coming back for Stellar Assault. So I kind of like seeing Crouching Mouse pop up every once in a while. I was like, oh cool, Crouching Mouse is back. It's like one of those like, oh look, it's a cool surprise seeing them back. It's awesome. So,
yeah, it's really interesting doing both translation and voice work.
Wait, why is this 16 to 9?
Yeah, no, for sure. No, for sure. Did you want to talk a little bit about the project you've been working on, or stuff that you want to plug, or a little bit of information? Just anything you want to say?
I guess I mostly do voice
no
work
further
as
enemy
a
readings
hobby.
detected. I believe all craft have been destroyed. Do you concur, Maria?
No bad guys here. They've been completely annihilated.
What a bunch of amateurs.
Space-time turbulence detected. Failed to confirm ID signal. Holy crap! It's the bad guys.
Oh, we got a new batch.
So is there any translation products you're working
to
on?
all
glad you guys used that take.
Hawk Squadron's mean energy level just dropped below 50%. It is too dangerous to remain in combat. Please withdraw at once.
Aw, man. Where'd you guys learn how to fight? Well, them's the breaks. All units, back to base, on the double.
Roger.
Roger.
Okay.
Oops,
I'm
my
sorry,
bad.
did you ask the question a second ago? I think I got lost.
Oh yeah, no, I was like, wait, what? But it's like, oh yeah, the voice acting came on. Sometimes I forget about that. Like, oh wait, no, but yeah, I was just wondering, is there any translation products or any projects you're working on upcoming that you can talk about, or any voice acting that you've been sort of a part of for other projects? Then you want to plug it all, or?
We've uncovered the enemy's frontline base of attack.
There's nothing I can really plug at the moment. I am kind of working on
area.
stuff, but hopefully it will be
now that they've lost the ability to carry out
soon.
asteroid strikes. They'll likely use this base to launch a new attack.
As for voice acting stuff,
we will therefore make the first move.
Yeah.
Our mission is to launch an all-out attack on the enemy's frontline base and eliminate the standing threat to Earth.
I was gonna say before like I think I know what you're working on,
into
and
the
if it's
crevasse
exactly
of a
what I
large
think it is,
asteroid
then
with numerous
I'm incredibly
battleships
excited for
deployed
it
in
and
the
can't wait
asteroid's
for that to
perimeter.
drop. And great job working on that, by the way.
After arriving at the mission area, all squadrons will first launch an attack on these ships to thin out their ranks.
What were you saying afterwards? I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm sorry.
Then, Hawk Squadron will infiltrate the asteroid by way of a short jump and neutralize the
I don't really
frontline
have
base.
anything coming up with voice work.
Best of luck.
Because, like I said, it's mostly a hobby. But I do think it would be cool to get into more commercial stuff at some point.
Yeah, no, you definitely could put this under your belt. It's really, like, the last two projects have been really cool. Both Bulk Slash and Stellar Assault been great voice acting wise. So it would be a no-brainer if they went with you.
Thank you very much.
As a voice actor. Yeah, no worries. What about you, Maka VX? You want to talk a little bit about yourself?
Oh yeah, sure.
Oh, the whole gang is here.
Yeah.
Time to shut down the enemy's frontline base. Let's head out.
As alias on occasion. Let's see. Take your pick. So the big things right now are that you will soon
Sending
hear
us out
me
there
in
alone
season
just 'cause we
3
got the
of
right
Welcome to
ships.
Demon Skull Irmakun, which
Doesn't
will
pay
be
to be
on
nice, does it?
Crunchyroll.com.
Nah, stop whining.
So I'll be the voice
Our
of
ships
Runaway
are too
Ronier.
big
I
for
got
this
to come
one.
back for that one. I'm really
The
excited.
least you could do is send
Then you
us
can
some
also
of
hear
your
me
men.
in
Keep 'em coming,
season
Captain.
2 actually is when I
Jokes are
made my
great today.
debut. So that was
We're
so
at the mission
season 2
area.
is completely available dubbed right now. Season 3 is coming out weekly right now, so it's really fun. Apart from that,
First,
was
take out
also
those enemy
recently
ships.
the
All units, break
first
and
English
attack.
voice
You
for the main pro tag in Kamen Rider 01 for a
Hell yeah,
for
dude.
a promo, because the other thing is when I'm not doing voice acting, I'm also doing video editing work and all sorts of other consultation and whatever production stuff for Chat Factory. I'm also the writer of 2 essays that have appeared on 2 separate Discotech releases that are on, one is out, one is coming out next
Dude,
year.
I gotta give a shout out to you guys at Discotech for bringing back Detective Conan and that 4K Castle Cagliostro. Oh my god, thank you so much.
Yeah, unfortunately I had to get to work on those, but I'm more of a contractor. I got to work on the spacecraft Gavon disc, and then also Kamen Rider Black, that's coming out next year, and I got to cut a trailer for the latter. That's actually going to be on the disc as a special feature, so that's like a childhood fave of mine, so I've been kind of like, my mind has been melting thinking about that. Yeah, so basically, pre-order Kamen Rider Black now. Get ready for the rest of season 3 of Irmakun, and
hey, tie-in first Kamen Rider was Sagata Sanshiro, so
yeah, I'm looking for it. Yeah, oh god, yeah. And then there's the new movie for that coming up pretty soon. I wish I was involved with that, but unfortunately,
hey,
but
never say never.
I know, I want to believe, but other than that, yeah, you can still see promos of mine running on the regular over at Tokushoutsu on Twitch. So twitch.tv/Tokushoutsu. And then, well, there's some other stuff that I can't talk about just yet. But yeah, those are all the big things at this point. We're
just sunk their last battleship
that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's like one other thing that I was like, wait, oh wait, that's right. One more thing.
Eagle and Falcon
I'm also the
squadrons
video game
continue
risk
attacking
system.
all enemy craft and keep their forces dispersed.
Hell yeah! Don't wait up if you're ready to head in.
Yeah, so I'm the voice of the first boss, Ashley.
We'll leave the
and,
cleanup to you guys.
Yeah, so you get to kill me in the demo immediately. But you know, yeah, come to destroy me, stay for the rest of the game. So that's available on itch.io, Steam, it's on PS4, Switch,
Guess this would be too tight
and
with their ships.
Xbox now.
That should be the
tagline.
Stay for the game.
Please mind the
play
gun
to destroy
turrets.
mock. Stay for the game.
That's
All
literally
units
been the sales
engage.
pitch. It's like, yeah, because it'll be like, oh yeah, do that. Wait a minute, what?
The enemy is processing the asteroid's mineral
and then when I'm not
components
doing
into
that,
energy and storing it
find me on
within the
Twitch,
central tower.
twitch.tv/mock_tense. I Moonlight as a VTuber. So.
Oh, nice. Definitely, definitely hit us up with your channel. I don't know, just like DM it to me on Discord, and I'll just put it in the chat. But anybody else, if they want, I can pin it and put it in the video descriptions for what you guys are doing. Because I'm fascinated with voice actors. Like I love I've done interviews with a few of them. Like I just recently interviewed Casey Mangelo and Kira Buckland at a convention, and they're really cool. And I always love.
Oh, Kira's good people. Yeah, I worked with her before. She's awesome. She's actually one of my castmates on Irmakun, actually.
Oh, nice.
We worked together way back in the day, and it was like the first time we've actually been in the scene since then was when my first episode, and while we weren't in the studio together, it was great to, you know, be with a couple of my old buddies.
We've uncovered the enemy's
awesome.
frontline base of attack.
Is that your first sort of professional with Crunchyroll, or is that
That would be my first professional anime role. Yeah, and so before that, I'd been mostly doing like audio drama and like independent projects and stuff like that.
Oh, nice. But yeah, no, that's exciting. I'm gonna definitely check that out and put in the description as well. Also, I died.
Oh.
Literally, I hit the top of the roof and I ping ponged back and forth. It just blew up. That's pretty.
Yeah, you got to be really careful.
Yeah, I'll be more careful. But luckily, it's just the beginning of it, so.
Oh, the whole gang is here.
But yeah, no,
Time
it's
to
super
shut down the
exciting. I'm
enemy's
super
front
excited
line base.
for
Let's
y'all.
head
I
out.
love
Initiating
voice
jump.
acting. Like, even though I don't do it, I love like the craft of it, and especially with English dubs. I know it's kind of weird. A lot of people
Sending us out
subs
there
only,
alone
but I
just
don't know.
'cause we
There's
got the right
there's an
ships.
art to the
Doesn't
to
pay
the
to be nice,
English dub
does
for
it?
anime and
Now
games.
stop
And it's
whining.
really fascinating.
Our ships are too big
Really
for this
fascinating,
one.
really, because it's like
The least
it's
you
not
could
even
do
normal
is send
voice
us some
acting
of your
because
men.
like there's a certain
'em coming, Captain.
tonality. I don't know
Jokes
if you
are great today.
like, if people pick
We're
up
at
on
the
that, but
mission area.
it's like a different method. Like it's like it's a niche in itself, and that's why you kind of don't see a lot of like
First,
voice
take out
actors
those enemy
that
ships.
are like for
All
cartoons go
units,
for
break and
anime. At least
attack.
You
that's my
show 'em.
theory of it. It seems like more like a niche thing where it's like they need to get that sort of like it's a tone. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Maybe I might be off my base if I am. Just definitely correct me for that.
You're close. Because usually it's like when you do animation, like there's a specific style, like you want to go like all out. Although nowadays you'll see places that want more grounded performances and stuff like that. So, especially in video games. So like when I do reels, like I have like my character reel, which is like all over the place and zany and stuff, and then you've got your game reel, which is like capital A acting, you're just like not just below radar, like you're close to the ground as you can.
Exactly. It's like my mother died and I can never go back. Like it's like all zany, it's just all serious. All of a sudden it's like, oh dang. But no, so yeah, and that's what I definitely find interesting about the voice acting. That's why I love these English dubs, because it's cool to, not only have like the what if, but just see the talent that can come out of people, and the talent they can provide to the game and bring it to life. And there's a real fascination with that for me, which I really enjoy. So I really applaud you guys. I know it ain't easy, because even the one line I did for the bulk slash was took me forever, because like I must have done like 25 takes of it, and they're like, why do you send me like 15 different takes for one line?
That happened.
It never hurts to have more to work with.
Yeah.
I think we have, because I think with my stuff, I can't remember if there's like one line where I kind of went crazy.
You were great at giving us like a great variety of takes, and without actually you actually didn't do that many takes per line, but each one was like a completely different idea you had. So it still felt like our cup ranneth over. Ranneth?
Ranneth.
So that was like the best of both worlds, where it felt like we had a ton of variety without even having there wasn't much excess.
Yeah, I didn't know I didn't know exactly what you want. Oh, you're talking about him or me? I can't.
I was about Mach.
Okay, I was gonna say there's one line. I mean, thanks, I guess, but yeah. It's, that's one.
But yeah,
the
worst case scenario is you have
Roger.
only
Hawk
a few
Squadron,
takes and
please
you don't
proceed
like
to
any
breach
of
point.
them. So
Eagle and Falcon
it's better to have
squadrons continue attacking all enemy craft and keep their forces dispersed.
Right.
Hell yeah! Don't wait up if you're ready to head in.
Oh yeah.
Virgil,
No, I know what you mean.
we'll leave the cleanup to you guys.
And it's definitely a whole process. So even that one thing gave me sort of a little bit more perspective on it. And so I really applaud you guys for what you do, because it's definitely not easy.
Oh my god.
Whoo! Guess this would be too tight for their ships.
I have verified the enemy's frontline base ahead. Please mind the gun turrets.
Hawk Squadron, all units engage.
The enemy is processing the asteroid's mineral components into energy and storing it within the central tower.
Got it.
You mean Wing
All units,
Commander?
attack that tower.
Yes. That. Oh god, I almost hit the ceiling again. So I'm just gonna shoot this thing repeatedly and hopefully not die.
So Pat, this port is very dangerous. So what I try to do is get myself centered between the floor and ceiling, and as much as possible, try not to affect your vertical.
Yeah, remember that Z and Y buttons to roll if you have to level yourself out a little.
Oh god, I'm getting a lot of hits.
It might help to play with the D-pad if you're not already.
That's what I'm doing.
And oh, you are? Okay, good.
I have the Saturn pad, the wireless
Oh, here you
one.
go. Yeah, you're doing this pretty fast. See, I always try and clean out some of the turrets first, because it's so dangerous when they're there.
Yeah, I'm kind of I don't know, maybe it's like the speed runner in me that's like, okay, I gotta get around it. Okay, coolio, shut the hell out of it.
Detecting a series of strong readings originating from the center of the tower.
Through this and just
It
go
is
from there.
dangerous.
You got it.
Everybody out.
Nice.
Short jumps.
Thank you. Easy mode makes it easy. But yeah, that was pretty funny though. The first time, just bouncing off like ping. But it was a life lesson. Don't go crazy with it, I guess, or something of that nature. I don't know what's going on there, but still a lot of fun. And I think that was the last mission, right? Do you have voice acting?
Yeah, it's gonna be Japanese from here on.
Yeah, that's the end of it. And that's we've recorded a lot more than that. We just haven't chopped it up and processed it and all that. But I think at this point most of the game has been recorded. So my hope is that in the new year we'll be churning out these levels pretty quickly. Well, I don't know. Like we've tentatively set a release goal of like April, which I think is realistic if not sooner. But the main thing is we don't want to burn ourselves out. And one of the great things about these fan projects is there's no pressure to, right? Like it's like a balancing act because you don't want to lose your momentum and then just let it fester and die off. But we can reschedule as needed, and there's no money being lost and no heads rolling, so it's good.
I don't know. I put a lot of money. I'm just joking, but no. I think that you guys did a fantastic job, and I'm excited to. We have some time, so I'm gonna play it again on medium and see how good I really am, or if I just got lucky. Got the luck. So I have to hit the reset. Actually, is there a way to? Oh wait, there's a reset button in it. Nope, not transplay.
It was the entire game.
No, that's through mission 5. There's that's about a third of the game.
How do I do the reset?
Missions more if you've got if you've done the secret objectives, you get like the last couple missions. So yeah, this is just all that we've given to Pat that has English voices. If he had continued there, you would have heard a mission briefing in Japanese. So that's
cool.
Yeah, Pat, if you could make sure the sound settings are
put the music back up. Yeah.
Like what we had recommended.
Default.
Well, actually, not the default.
Let me double check the settings.
I think we sent notes. It should be 70, 100.
Yeah.
70. Yeah, I just have to hit the button. There we go. 70, 100. Coolio. I was gonna check the notes. I didn't remember what the volume stuff was. There we go. Alrighty, let's try back medium and hear those beautiful voices.
Yeah, you could try type A.
Oh, that's right. I can make it a little bit more difficult for myself.
Try to sit that way.
Also worth noting that the Type B ship, I've never tried this, but Type B ship supports co-op.
What?
Yep.
The United Nations Space Force is Earth's first line of defense against alien invasion.
I don't actually know how it works. This game has a lot of features.
We've concentrated our ranks along the orbital path of the 8th planet,
is steering
Neptune.
the ship, and the other player is aiming.
This was a predictive measure based on the enemy's previous appearances near
I think it'd be
Neptune's
cool.
neighboring
The thing is that I don't have any
Uranus,
friends,
then
so I
Pluto.
think that'd be a bit of an issue.
It could be like that one person who played like 2 games
with
of
this
Elden
third
Ring.
contact, the enemy have instead
Oh,
emerged
wow, that works
slightly
too.
inward of the orbital path
So do
of the
one
third
on the
planet from the
DDR pad
sun,
and
Earth.
one on the controller, and then just
They've
go for
since
it.
dispersed into
Ooh, I like
multiple
that.
The guy who
squadrons
plays
and spread
Ikaruga
across the
two-player
inner
mode,
solar
but
system.
he just double
To
fists
make
it.
matters worse,
Oh,
they've
yeah.
quickly managed
That's
to
crazy.
establish a position
I
within
once knew a
attack range of
person
the Earth
who
and have begun pelting our
he and I
home
were just
planet with
messing around one day,
asteroids.
and he had
The
I was playing
UNSF are
Guilty
heading
Gear
back
on
as
controller,
quickly
and
as
he was
possible,
playing
but at this rate,
his,
the Earth will
his
incur
side on the
catastrophic
DDR
damage
pad, and he
before they
proceeded
ever
to kick my
arrive.
ass.
Well, it's like ready, steady. Oh, I'm dead. Never mind.
Yeah.
And so the
Like there
duty
he is,
falls
just doing
to
like the
us.
Riverdance jig, and I'm just like,
We've
oh god,
assembled
wait,
each
no, wait,
nation's best
counter,
and
no.
brightest at Earth Moon 1.
He's like,
and begun
and a little
preparations
butterfly
for
all over your
Joint
face.
Space Command.
Pretty much.
Jesus. Could be worse. He could be using like a Bamani, a Beatmania controller. It's like scratching it. It's like punching you.
The enemy is using an Excel gate to pelt the Earth with asteroids.
Win Eva with the
damage
with
is
Beatmania
extensive.
controller.
A few more of these strikes and
So
the
was he using
environmental
like the
destruction
plastic
alone will
ones?
be
Like you had her
catastrophic.
do like a metal ass DDR
Our
pad.
hope is therefore to neutralize
was
their
one of
base
those,
of operations
like,
quickly, but we don't
like
have the
plastic
intel we
ones,
need.
like the ones you can roll up.
We
and
need
stuff.
to dispatch a
That one's
reconnaissance
even more,
craft,
that's even
but
better
with the
because
Space
like,
Command
or
still
that's
in its
even worse. So he
preparatory
like,
stages, none
he
have yet been
gimped himself.
deployed
He
to
didn't
our
have like a metal
ranks.
pad and everything.
Instead, we'll
I
conduct
think if
this
I remember
recon
correctly, how it
operation using our
was
support
is
craft.
Yeah, that's right.
All
So
Feather
what it was,
1
it's like
spacecraft are
it
equipped
was
with
at a friend's
auxiliary
store,
mobile support
and
pods.
so what our
These are the
friend had
most
did is he
recon-capable
basically
vessels in our
skinned
command.
the top of the plastic pad, and then
But
took
as the
like the
name
wiring and stuff
says,
like
they
that,
were
put it
designed
down
for
like
support,
on a
and are
board, like
thus
that kind of
unmanned
replicated
and
like almost
unarmed.
what you'd see at like the arcade,
Their partner
and then
Feather 1
glued
crafts will
down the
therefore
plastic
accompany
on
them
top
on
of
this
it.
mission.
Oh, okay, I see. So that way it's a
After
little
the
bit.
jump, all
it's like
units
a
will
pseudo,
advance to the navigational point and conduct a
your
scan.
dance pad.
Yeah,
You
no,
are to
no
undock
back
from your
bars,
support
but
craft
he would
during
go
the
to
scan
like
to ensure optimal
just go
response
to like
time
just go
should
to like
any
Home
emergency
Depot and
arise.
get some.
Exactly.
Once
yeah,
scanning is
yeah,
complete,
did
redock
that,
with your support
and,
craft and
he
withdraw.
would just do that and go to
Best of
like local like festivals and stuff like that, and people would just be playing DDR at his booth nonstop. So those were the days.
It was, yeah, no. Yeah, I'm actually a big fan of Bomani games. I actually have a... I don't know if you ever heard of the game Sound Voltex.
I'm so familiar.
It's basically the Bomani game where it's like you have like the two DJ things. So it's like the spinning things, like the volume knobs, and the 5 buttons. But I actually have the whole machine for that in my living room right now.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's
Oh, that is so sick.
This is off
see if
one.
I can.
Right.
I'll put a
Radio
image of it in the
check.
chat.
Loud and clear, sir.
This marks the first field up of the illustrious Joint Space
I have a
Command.
Papa
Let's
Music,
move out.
like arcade style controller.
Initiating
jump. Oh wow.
Oh nice.
I
Yeah, no,
love the
Poppin's
Bomani
really
games.
fun.
All scan
I really
points
want
will
to play
be
some
displayed
Poppin.
on
That
your
one in
HUD.
the
Just follow the
that
screen.
one in the
Approaching mission area. Disengaging jump drive.
The Hatsune Miku one. That one's pretty sick
Project
too.
Diva.
Yeah,
whatever.
Project Diva.
All units,
Diva.
fan out. Let's be home in time for
That
dinner.
one's pretty sick. I like that one.
Please
That
align
one
your
in
targeting
the
reticle with the green
I
marker.
played that one when I went to E3 like in 19 along with the Persona dance one, and it's pretty fun. Yeah, I put the Sound Voltex in the chat. Yeah,
Oh, I see that.
Blue Moon, Patrick sacrificed the whole Saturn kiosk. Yeah, so basically some guy in that imports them was like, yeah, I just want a Saturn kiosk. I'll trade you like the Sound Voltex. I'm like, okay. And now
All
I'm like,
units have reached
yeah, I
the
remember
scanning
that one.
point.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Undock your support craft
But yeah,
and
no,
start scanning.
That's my living room with the Sound Voltex. I
Undocking
have
Kite 3.
the sound
Stand by
generator
on
prints out
heightened
like the
alert.
waifu cards that I can't give to
Kite
anybody
3.
because it's like half
Initiating
naked
scan.
anime babes on there. So not a good idea to give out to the kids for Halloween.
All support craft have finished
Or,
conducting
you
their
know,
scan,
maybe-
sir.
All right, let's dock them and roll back.
Do it and be a legend. No.
Yeah. Last thing I need is my
guess
my
I finally noticed.
the Facebook group in
Thermal
my
reading
neighborhood.
spiking. They're attacking.
It's telling the weirdo that handed out the half-naked
Kite 3
anime
damaged.
woman
All channels
to
offline.
children on Halloween.
Detecting jump turbulence. No
I knew
ID
someone
signals.
Who
Multiple
took
enemy
like
craft
those
exiting
trading
jump.
cards, like
All
the
units,
trading card
intercept at
games
your
or
own
whatever,
discretion.
like Dinosaur
Time to
King or
step it
Dice
up.
or whatever. And he would just like include those as part of his business card. He would just pawn them off to other people. So it's like, oh great, I have this card I can't use. Crap. Well now I remember you. But
Well, imagine that's how you get a job. Hey, you're the guy handing me that half-naked anime card.
yeah.
Would you like to work at Sears or whatever? I don't know.
Well, that's a doomed one.
Yeah, don't. I mean, you're gonna get higher read and get. You should go to Sears. He called them waifus. You're funny, Blue. But yeah, no, I'm big into a lot of arcade stuff. So I remember I played that at like the ZapCon in Arizona. They had like this convention, and they had that arcade machine there, and I played it. I literally sat there and played it for like 3 hours straight. I don't know what was wrong with me, but I got addicted to Bomani, and yeah. I was like, why not have the whole ass arcade for Sound Voltex in my living room? But it's a lot of work though, because you have to like break the EULA to get it to even function, because it's like region locked in Japan. It's like online only, so it's like a whole song and dance to get it set up. It's really weird.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, so if you guys want to import some Sound Voltex machines, definitely let me know. I can help you out with that, or maybe not help you out with that. If you're Capcom, I don't illegally do things like that. I legally connected to your server, Capcom, and paid the $1,000 license a year to play it in arcades. That was exactly what I did. So don't arrest me, Capcom.
Whew. That about puts a bow on it.
But anyways, yeah.
Detecting a large kinetic
I'm looking at this
reading
shit though.
within
It's
enemy
nice and
lines.
2D.
It's an asteroid. The
The
enemy
Shadow
ejected
Mask
an
pointing out
asteroid
that
at us through the
music,
Excel gate.
in this game.
Damn
is
it! Hog one to
really
Garuda.
outstanding.
We've got your enemy
I think it was a
data,
little
but as you can
before,
see,
but
we've got
it's,
big trouble. And I
Yeah,
mean
I turned
big.
out absolutely
What's the
awesome.
plan?
Easily one of my favorite
This is
soundtracks
Garuda.
on the Saturn.
Threat
Yeah, sorry. Was
confirmed.
there ever like a, yeah, I was
Hawk
thinking, was there ever like a
Featherwing,
commercial
use your
release or
support
anything for
craft
it?
to
or-
recharge and pursue the
That's a
asteroid while
great
awaiting
question.
further instruction.
I don't know.
Roger that, Garuda. Birdie, use my support pod to recharge. Man, should have known they wouldn't let us ease into this gig.
Alrighty. Mission 1 complete on medium. Maybe we can stay on medium from now on.
The asteroid launched through the enemy's
playing
Excel
hard, though.
gate is 300 meters in
Yeah.
diameter.
You might be mute.
If it continues to plunge toward the
Oh yeah, I
Earth,
have
the
you
damage
muted
will
'cause you
be
kept...
immeasurable.
Sorry, was he trying to talk to me? I'm sorry. I
We
didn't
are
mute it
now
'cause you
loading
kept,
Falcon 1
bleeding
with a
over.
resonant frequency round. Once it's ready, we, along with Eagle Featherwing, will head to your position. Meanwhile,
sorry,
take
you're a
note
bit
of the
quiet.
Vernier thrusters attached to the asteroid for course correction.
The
Destroy
sound
them
vortex?
before we arrive. Over and out.
I think with the generator, I think the cabinet itself is about, I think he sells it for $1,500 to $2,000, and then the generator is like an extra like $500. I think so. About $2,000,
Getting in front of this
$2,500,
thing will be a royal
I think.
pain.
Which is a pretty decent
Birdie,
trade because the Saturn
you handle
kiosk
the
all in
front.
all
Me
ended
and
up
Bright
costing me
will
like
take care of the
I think
rear.
$600, $700
Really, Captain?
because the
You're
PBM
gonna
I
make
shoved
him
in
do
it,
your dirty work
and
just
the
because
kiosk
you don't
itself
feel
and
like it?
redoing it and the controls.
Quiet. Captain's orders are
That's a
captain's
pretty good
orders.
deal. Pretty good trade.
Ugh.
And I think I'm like one of like two or three people in the valley that actually has one. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, if you're in Arizona and we're digging to play some Sound Vortex, let me know. We can hook you up. We're playing some rhythm games. I actually think I'm the only one in the state too that actually has the printer set up. But if you want to like print out the cards, you gotta like into my house because they don't have that at like round 1.
Oh yeah, probably because yeah.
It's fun. It's fun though. The little card printing system. It's just a lot of money, so I usually just like cheat it and just slam my hand on the add credit button so I can print out the cards. But I might be losing revenue or something. I don't know. I'm not the.
Just do a whole side hustle.
Yeah, just side hustle inside of my own house. But yeah, the mirrors are really hard to hit these things with the missiles. These things are kind of tough to hit with the missiles.
Yeah, this part is it's an aiming challenge. I mean, it's hard to stay because this thing is traveling forward. It's hard to stay in front of it, which is why Captain Jake didn't want to do it.
Oh, I will do badly on this one then.
But you know, it's all like there's nothing aggressively attacking you, so you can kind of just take your time, and that's often the case. That's often the winning strategy in this. It's just like, you know, take your time and enjoy the good vibrations that this music is creating and the sweet 3D movement. You know, I think it's easy to take for granted now, but at the time, this was a really great showpiece for what the Saturn brought to the table because not only is it, I mean, it's, you know, it's primitive in some sense as far as 3D graphics go, but I think that the visual style of the 3D has aged really well. So it's really cool looking 3D on the Saturn.
It is good looking. Yeah, really.
But it's also using that fancy Saturn sound chip to make really awesome tunes, and it's using the CD audio to
voice acting and stuff.
Yeah, and specifically it's showing the contrast between what Saturn could do and what the previous Sega hardware, the 32X, could do, because it's a ground-up remake of an existing game. And it's like, look, this is the game you already maybe liked, but it looks and sounds way, way better, and it can pull at your heartstrings a lot more because we have acting.
It's kind of like the Avatar of its day, except actually good and has a story worth watching.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. Also, anyone that wants to watch Avatar 2, it's kind of mid. So, you guys.
I kind of figured.
Yeah, I mean, the world building was a lot of fun. And it's cool, but like, it's just jarring when like it's like you go from like, oh hey, we're gonna stop this threat killing the planet to, oh hey, we're gonna hang out with the water people and learn about their waterways and learn how to write stuff and have childhood bullying and deal with that. It's like, okay, I guess we're doing that now.
We've suppressed the enemy vessels.
Yeah, Avatar would be 7 out of 10.
Launching resonator
definitely not worth the 3 hours
get away from the target.
in theaters. Maybe just like once it goes to them going to see the water people, just like go on your phone and play something and then come back like in like an hour and we're back to the story.
Is it at least visually like captivating?
Falcon 1 to all units.
Honestly, it was back in the day, but it kind of feels very atypical, and it kind of the vibe it kind of gives me is like, any of you guys grew up like in like remember like the old graphics card things where it's like the art on the graphics card covers?
Oh god, yeah.
It kind of has that vibe to it. Like the water. I was like thinking, am I watching an NVIDIA tech demo for like the latest graphics card right now, or what?
Am I playing Myst right now?
Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Like it looks good. Oh come on, what the heck? Teammate literally just yeeted right into me and killed me. Thank you. Thank you, one of my teammates. Do I have to play that meteor thing again? I'm gonna.
Yeah, there is real-time collision with your allies in this, so you do have to watch out a little bit.
Nice.
Which is kind of a cool detail.
I'm blaming Mock for killing me.
Getting in front of this thing will be a royal pain.
I mean,
yeah, he got really.
No, my character's kind of a dumbass, so I totally believe it.
Yeah. He probably was
Really,
like,
Captain?
what'd you say about
You're gonna
Avatar
make him
2?
do your dirty
And just
work
crashed
because you
directly
don't
into
feel
me.
like it?
Quiet. Captain's orders are
Also, I just
captain's
love
orders.
the fact that I share a character with the voice actor Chimney Crockett from G Gundam.
Nice. Well, it could be worse. You be shared the same voice actors like the Tequila Gundam.
I'd be okay with that too.
Actually, that is pretty cool. We actually had a whole discussion about how they should legit, like, no lie, make a high-grade Gundam model of Tequila Gundam. Like, there was a whole discussion at like the Christmas party I went to just about that, and I'm like, I'm at the right Christmas party. But yeah, that was a weird one. But yeah, that's pretty cool though. I need to rewatch G Gundam really badly. But crap, what was I on again? What was I making a point again? I was saying something about Avatar. Oh yeah, it looked like an NVIDIA tech demo. So yeah, I mean it was impressive. It probably is impressive now, but like it just gave me the vibes of it. Like I feel like I'm gonna do that. So but yeah, like I said, if you want a movie that's Edie Falco's in it, so if you're a big Sopranos fan, you can pretend that Tony Soprano's wife is like a military officer in that. So, or was it Nurse Jackie? I think. Is that series that she was in? Or I guess the guard from Oz. So, take your pick. Whatever you want to pretend Edie Falco's playing as, you can do it. Let your heart run free. There we go, okay. Now we have no shield because I literally like for a joke just crashed into it. Like, oh, yes, shield.
It is the enemy.
I just like, oh, I didn't realize I had to fight more things.
All units return fire. Don't die.
I probably will die. Those things. But yeah,
Space-time turbulence detected. ID signal confirmed.
Don't die.
We're so glad they can find the time.
Howdy, McPherson.
Yeah, what do you guys? Actually, I was gonna ask for the voice actor. I know that Crouching Must has, but she left.
Heads up. I'm carrying a heavy payload here. I need you to cover me.
Have you ever played any Saturn stuff before, or not? Oh no, the other person. I forgot.
Renee. Yeah.
Renee, yeah.
Yeah, no, I've played some Saturn stuff. Let's see, I'm trying to think, like Elevator Action Returns is always like my favorite go-to.
That one's pretty sick one. I like that one. Did you get the Switch port of that they released?
I've not gotten it yet. I absolutely need to.
Launching resonator
that
shot.
one looked pretty sick. I might
All
have to pick
units,
that one
get
up.
away from the target.
Apart from that, yeah, and, like that was the one like I just religiously would go back to, because it was just
Impact
it was
imminent.
fun. I never owned one like physically, but like do like emulation and stuff. That was like always one of the ones I'd always mess around with.
Nice, yeah, that one's really good. I love that.
The asteroid is
Yeah, that
smashed, but
one's
its fragments are
definitely
still too large.
high tier for me.
Break
That's
formation and fire
definitely
at will
good
to
choice.
demolish what's left. Over.
I still remember playing the old elevator action games. I'm pretty bad at them though, but it's still fun.
Yeah, there's the remake they did for PS3 a little while back, which was pretty fun.
Check. I don't think I've played that one. I haven't heard of that one. Check that one.
Yeah, it's just like basically the first game all over again, but what it is, it's like they updated the visuals, so it's still kind of cartoony, but like it looks very slick. It's a nice presentation.
I'll definitely check that out though. But yeah, I think that's probably running on time right now. Did you guys have anything you want to plug or anything last minute things you want to say before we head out? I'll give you all the platform.
As far as this project is concerned, you know, our momentum has been good, our progress is good. I'm taking a little break for the holidays now. There won't be any recording until the new year, but we're in good shape. You know, I think that we're at least on schedule, if not ahead of schedule. So please be excited.
Oh, I
we'll have more to show.
Be excited or else, damn it.
And I'll also be
SEGA Extreme game competition. We're going to be entering a patch for the demo disc version of Stellar Assault SS that was released in Japan originally. It was a little different from the final game. I mean, the gameplay portion of it is just kind of endless waves of enemies with no voice acting. There was actually no voice acting at all, so we are adding the voice acting of the intro to the voiceless intro that comes with the demo disc. And then there's if you let the title screen sit for a minute, it goes to another little CG cutscene, which we added some clips, some little examples of all of our different voice actors saying some lines, and we actually put that out on the internet a couple days ago as a preview for tonight. But we added that to the demo disc as well, just as like something fun, just to kind of throw into the competition. So once we get that up there, everybody can download that and hear some of the English voices for Stellar Assault SS come out of their Saturns.
I'm super excited to play that for the competition.
There are no
I'm not sure if I'll be able, if I'll have if I could
atmosphere.
Yeah, I'll have to like just go through the entire thing, and I'll definitely have to judge that because I am again a judge for the competition for that. So I'm excited.
Yeah, it's not exactly going to be like a winning entry. It's just kind of something fun to throw in there. There's other entries that are much more impressive in the translation category than us adding some voices into a demo disc for funsies. But you know, the whole competition
is stiff competition for sure. But I'm pretty excited for this. I imagine competition 2024 is gonna definitely probably be the winner for that one, like it was for last year for Bulk Slash. So.
Well, I don't count your chickens yet. We don't know what else could come out next year, but we certainly would like to enter, and you know, we hope that the quality is at a level that people are happy with, you know, and that it doesn't, you know, I hope, like my feeling is if this makes one more person out there a fan of this game, then job done.
Well, it made me a fan of it. I really enjoyed it. Reminds me of Star Fox, and I love Star Fox, so you succeeded. Congratulations.
Well, then mission complete. We can punch out already.
Sounds good. All right. I'll be the one playing the patch. Sorry guys, if you want to play it, sucks for you. No, but yeah, I'm excited for this to drop. Personally, I'm really excited to see people play this and enjoy it. I know I definitely enjoyed the Bulk Slash streams, and hopefully we can do a couple more of these, like with the every mission or something, or whatever you guys feel comfortable doing. Would be a lot of fun. And of course, have a release party.
Well, we will be in touch.
Sounds
and
good.
thank you once again for lending us your platform. You know, you guys have been great friends and partners for all of our projects to date. So thank you for everything you guys do.
Indeed, yeah, and thank you guys. I appreciate it for letting me play this early early demo. I might have to keep playing it over and over again. A lot of fun.
By all means.
Gotcha. Any plugs you guys? Any other plugs the UMOC or Crouching Mouse would like to plug before we go?
Not much. Just want to say thank you for having me on.
Sounds good. Yeah. And what was the name of the anime again, Mock, that you're gonna be on?
Yeah. So welcome to Demon School Iruma-kun. So that'll be available, and then the manga for that will be coming out next year finally. So I'm really excited. And the other thing too is if you're a fan of gacha games, you can also hear me in as the voices of Elio and Raihan in Pokemon Masters EX. Please spend responsibly. That's all I ask.
I'm gonna be the opposite and say you should put all the money in until you find Mock VX's voice actor, characters he voices. So if that's $1 or $1,000, that's your issue.
Oh
people.
No.
Okay, maybe not do that. But no, play responsibly. Yeah, gamble responsibly. But no, I'm excited, and I'll definitely check that out. I think that's been on my watch list, so I'm gonna have to accelerate that a little bit, and watch that.
It's a much more wholesome series than it has any right being. It's a lot of fun.
Sounds good. I'm excited to check that out. But yeah, I think with that, I think that's about it. Unless anybody has any final words.
Thank you for checking this out. And I understand Dave's gonna be uploading a video later that's maybe lets you hear everything a little more clearly and stuff like that. I'm also gonna be streaming this after the holidays on my channel. So.
Sounds
Sorry,
good.
was that?
Oh, I said I think Dave is going to put up a full pre-recorded playthrough of these first 5 missions tomorrow on YouTube.
Nice.
So.
I thought, yeah. So yeah, I almost forgot about that. So yeah, definitely check that out. I'll put this one separately up on YouTube as well for people that just want to watch it and just sort of like learn a little bit about it. Because I always find it fascinating listening it back and hearing people's thoughts, like an interview thing. So I'll put that up as well on YouTube separately, and hopefully we'll get that next week. I'm behind on a SHIRO show, so I got to do that this weekend, and then we'll be all caught up. But yeah, I guess with that, thank you for watching. And remember, you must play Stellar Assault SS once it's translated, and you must play SEGA Saturn. Yaksha.
All right, guys. Sorry to run right away.